Planet Fanatics, Chillmonger, good morning, woke up. It's the report. What you're gonna do with the report, brother? Let me hear from you, Darius. Yeah.
What's up and what's going on, everybody? It is the morning report. I am Chill. Well, he is Chillmonger. I am Planet Fanatics, and we are going to do what we normally do with you guys on the morning report. Hold on, so this doesn't keep on. Okay, yeah. So some things that we are going to talk about with you guys, hang out with you guys. Chill. How was your evening yesterday? Anything eventful?
Nah, bro. I tried to get my sleep in. I did, and then I woke up. I don't do anything exciting. There's no events that take place here. No,
Oh, I understand.
no, nothing. What do you do for fun when you're not dashing? Do you have fun?
Do I have fun? I was just telling myself today I don't have fun.
Mm.
During my workout this morning, I was like, huh, I don't have fun. I was like, I don't, I mean, I don't know. I don't have time.
Yeah, having fun is difficult too. Like I've done the video game thing. I've done the sports playing outside, and plus it's harder to get a group of people anymore to do a recreational sports. Right? It's having fun is hard.
Yeah. Uh, I think the last big friend thing I did, we all went hiking. It was fun. It's fun. Like I like stuff. Like I want to do stuff like that. Like I want to be active. I want to be outside. I want to be, blah 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 blah. Um, the bowling and stuff is fun too, but
But you can't do that so often. I
yeah,
can only play pool. Yeah, like after the 20th time, I'm good on that activity. Let's try something else.
yeah, yeah. We went to we have a place here called Frontier City. Terrible. I mean, god awful. I mean, you can walk the park in 20 minutes maybe. Um, and what makes it worse, okay, so we go, and I should have gotten my tickets online with a little discount thing, but I was like, oh well, I doubt it. I was like, they're probably that much at the window too. I still could have pulled back and got them online. I don't know why I didn't, but anyway, paid I think $65 to get in,
Whoa.
and then when we got in, you only had one of your four major roller coasters working. I was like, bro, I want my fucking money back. I was like, because we've rode this ride so many times. And like people were like, let's get on a water ride. I'm like, I don't want to get on a water ride. I don't want to get wet because there's no ride for me to get on and dry off. Like there's no like roller coaster, none of them are working. So I'm like, yeah, Frontier City in Oklahoma City is god awful. I mean, when we were kids, it was fun, but now, and Six Flags bought it. So it's like Six Flags Frontier City or something like that now. I think they just need to tear that bitch down and redo it. So we don't have fun things like that. You got to travel state lines to.
You do. Or you got to have some of those that travel to you. Now I'm going to bring up wrestling, but you don't care about that. What about like the Savannah Bananas? They travel now. They go to different buildings so that wherever they play OU, they probably attend that. You watch a 2-hour baseball game, you pay $50 flat. They'll pay the taxes. That I think that's a good out. That's a day where you see something you've never seen before, which is like trick plays in baseball and dancing, and you get in, you get out. That is fun.
Yeah, see, honestly, but Savannah Bananas is something I would go do. I would go see them in person. I've seen them on TikTok and things like that, so I would definitely go see them. They've been here before. I did go. Um, they are somebody I would do like concerts. I'm weird on concerts. I don't know how you are on concerts. I'm very weird on concerts. I'm weird on big crowds, firstly. So like I'm weird on concerts. It's gonna sound crazy. I go see like Adele because she's actually performing. She's actually singing. That actually takes like I don't know if you've ever watched any of her live performances or concerts or anything like that, but you're sitting obviously in an area and she is just belting the entire time her album, and it's for me, that's better to me than if I go to a rap concert and you're pointing the mic at me and I'm sitting there, I'm jumping. It's rap concerts. I'm not saying I wouldn't go to one, but if you put Drake in one hand and Adele in the other, and you told me choose, I'm going to Adele.
You want to see that? If you're gonna let me down gently. Don't pretend that you don't want me. Our loving
Yes.
water under the bridge. You go to a rap concert. It's getting hot in here. That's the mic. That's the mic to the crowd. It's your turn. It's your turn.
No.
Yeah, they do that too much.
Way too much. Way too much.
Yeah, it's getting too much now. Like I like the performers. I don't like the. Let me give you the microphone. It's your turn. Like that's all. That was nice. The first time I saw that, like on a clip, I'm like, oh, that's so cool because they're. Yeah, but you can't do that in every verse.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna say I wouldn't go to, like I'm gonna go to a concert where I'm entertained. If you're entertaining me and I'm getting my money's worth, then yes. But if it's something I can watch on YouTube for free, no.
Who's here? Antoine Filmes, Xavier Phoenix, Lawrence, iconic. Buck's thoughts. There's no summer tournaments out there, Darius.
You mean AAU?
Why wouldn't there be? Yes.
It does.
Drunk karaoke is the best. It's different
I've done
every
karaoke.
time.
Karaoke is fun.
What's up, Brother Stark?
Karaoke is fun. Are you talking about AAU tournaments, Buck? Yes. If you're talking about AAU tournaments, there's AAU tournaments, but I haven't been to an AAU tournament, honestly, since I coach. I don't just go watch them. One of the reasons I don't just go watch them is because it is ridiculously priced. When I'm coaching, it doesn't cost me shit to get in a AAU tournament. I can just go and give my coach's pass and my assistant coach's pass. If my assistant's not there, give it to whoever I want to give it to for that weekend. For a weekend, so just for example, like when we went to Vegas, the tournament they annually do there, it is $900 to enter. And I think the parents were paying $125 to $200 for the wristband for the week. And then you've got and there were 195 teams in our division alone at $900 a pop. So you do that fucking math. Then you bring in your grandma, grandpas, aunties, uncles. Now you want to talk a business I wanted to get into? That was the business. It was like, I don't even have to coach anymore. I just want to host tournaments because you motherfuckers are getting paid. They are paid, bro, paid. After you pay your referees and after you pay your help, like your staff and family, normally you want to get family friends to help you, pay your staff and people, you're still walking away with a good chunk of money. I mean, even if it's not $900 per team, an average local tournament, you're charging maybe $250 to $300 per tournament per team. So if you have 25 teams or 10 teams per division in there, yeah, I mean,
you already paid off everything in the rent by the fourth team.
Yep, and then you got to think about concession, what you're making at the concession stand, and what you're making at the door at $25 per wristband. That's a lot of money. They make a killing.
We got Gatlinburg and Dollywood here in Tennessee. That's fun. I heard Marcus talking about Gatlinburg.
I've heard of Dollywood.
Y'all watch Alien Earth yet? No.
Not yet. It's on my list.
You know what's on our list today, though? Nia DaCosta. Because Cosmic Marvel shares this. Well, this is actually from the Hollywood Reporter. And they say fucking... Marvel's Nia DaCosta says the lack of a solid script was one of her issues with the film, which is always going to just wreak havoc on the whole process. Is that all that she said? No. She also added that, which one of the issues I had with Candyman and the Marvels was the lack of a really solid script, which is always going to just wreak havoc on the whole process. It was interesting because there was a certain point when I was like, okay, this isn't going to be the movie that I pitched or even the first version of the movie that I shot. Kevin Feige, bro, shut your mouth. Stop it with this. We do finish the script, and then we plus at the end of it. James Gunn told on you. Nia DaCosta told on you. Your actress told on you. This is funny.
Yeah, it is really funny. Check that link I just sent you. This is yet another Marvel actor talking about the exact same thing. I mean, we've heard all of them saying it. Vanessa Kirby said it. Eben Moss Bouts said it. Um, Alan Cummings has said it. Rebecca Romaine has said it. I mean, and then we've said, we've had Feige come out in front and say, no, it's not how we operate.
If they called me in London right now and said, let's do this, I'd be like, I'll be there tomorrow.
I mean, are you in contact? Obviously, Downey is back. We're excited to see what he does with Doom. Like, do you stay in touch with Downey, the Russos, and are you abreast
I
of
talk
like,
to
what they're
Downey
doing?
probably 4 to 6 times a year. I talk to the Russos probably 4 to 6 times a week. I mean, I talk to Joe a lot. I mean, we have a business that we're doing together and all this kind of stuff, but I love them. I love both of them. I think they're amazing.
So it wouldn't be a tough proposition. I mean, obviously, like, you don't want to go back and do a lesser version. You went out on such a great note, but like, you have confidence in these guys if they come up with something that makes sense.
Of course, they're going to come up with something really fun. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? That was a 10-year in the building kind of thing. And, you know, that was its own kind of bookended deal. And I don't know what they're going to do, but I'm sure it'll be interesting. I think they do that very, very, very well.
Yeah, also just the fluidity of the scripts. Like, I mean, again, as an actor, you were just saying this, like, prep is everything.
Everything.
So, like, Endgame and Infinity, like...
Nah. We have to give him points for that. You know, it's the fluidity of the scripts. And so, like, look what he's reaching for. Good job. I like that.
You were just saying this, like, prep is everything.
Everything.
So, like, Endgame and Infinity, like, the scripts were, I don't know if they were ever locked.
I don't think so. I don't know.
But like, you were never handed like, here, Josh, is your script for these 2 films.
Ever. I never knew. And I did Deadpool in the middle of it. So I would leave.
That's a lot of chaos.
Like, I would be a little fat during one. And then I'd leave and then I got in really good shape. And then I'd come back with a different haircut and all that. And then I'd finish that scene and we'd do things over that didn't necessarily work the first time and all that. Yeah.
Do you have any specific memories of the final confrontation with Downey when you murdered poor Iron Man?
Yeah, I remember the late Jimmy Rich, who was a really close friend of mine, who was Downey's right-hand guy.
We good?
Who's not around anymore.
You are muted.
Yeah, just the script part. Again, it's just, can't lie when there's receipts, and again, your talent is out here saying what they're saying. And Nia was treated the way that she was treated. You know, we kind of individually on our own channels unpacked that during that time period when she initially came out and reports were coming out and saying, you know, what they were saying about her and how she just said, I remember that being something she said even then, that eventually it wasn't even the script or a film that she even wrote or recognized. So, and again, Bo, who has been talking a lot, has also said the same thing, that after sitting down with those Marvel heads at that table, once they pick apart that script, it is a film that is no longer yours and now theirs. And I do believe that. I believe that just simply because we all have heard different reports of, like we mentioned yesterday, I forget his name, the Doctor Strange original director leaving.
Scott Derrickson.
Yes. Then you had the issues with who was the other director I named yesterday? I forget.
From Ant-Man? It was not Peyton Reed.
Ant-Man's director.
Tim Burton, I think? No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, not Tim Burton. But I forget who it was. But no, you had all these issues with all these other people because the film that you wanted was not the film that they had originally pitched. So then they parted ways because it was like, you are taking over this creative experience that I'm trying to have, blah, 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 blah. So they're just not interested. And so it's definitely real and it's out there.
I liked him as Cable. I love when people reveal shit after their time with Marvel is up. That's what it is. You know, with all that time when you're working with Marvel and then you said, then Marvel make it their own movie. I used to like Kevin Feige's movie because you say Marvel, you mean Kevin Feige. I used to like that. I used to think, whoa, Kevin Feige's great. Maybe I should have thought Jon Favreau was great. Maybe I should have thought James Gunn is great. maybe the creators are who I should be crediting more so than it is with Kevin Feige, because as soon as he stopped using those greats and he started leaning on people, I'm not gonna call them great, but Nia DaCosta, I'm not gonna call everyone else great, and it started lacking. And by the 20th, 30th movies, he shouldn't be performing so poorly. Chloe Zhao, I don't know what happened there. People say it's a good movie. I remember Camille Nanjiani a month ago. He said, "You're gonna rewatch that movie and you're gonna say, no, this one was actually good." It was not a good Marvel movie. Some people say Last Jedi was a good movie. I would say I'm watching it as a Star Wars fan and it was bad. Maybe it was a good isolated movie, good twist. You killed the villain in the second part of a trilogy. Maybe maybe that's why I have issues against The Last Jedi. But I'm gonna hold a different standard for my Marvel viewing and Star Wars viewing. And Kevin Feige's dropping the ball huge.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Torian wants us to talk about the Bo DeMeo tweets too.
Oh, it was on the docket. Yeah, it's on there.
Why is Darius doing the MJ eyes look thing? I don't know. Why are you doing that?
I was the MJ eye look. I was T'Challa went to the door as if he heard something, so I was trying to see what he heard. I told you, dogs see shit. I'm the only one here, so when he does that shit, it's like, the fuck are you? What are you looking at?
Mr. Anti-Idiotic Third, do you guys remember me?
Do you remember the name? I don't remember the name.
Nah, I remember like Brother Stark, Johnny Rastafari, Torian, Buckstots, but I don't remember you. I remember Best Eater because of his picture. I know Stamina. Thanks everyone for being here. Most studios have the script ready for the director. Yup.
Indeed.
Someone asked about Alien. I see you had an Alien ready to talk about. Let's do Alien. So, out of Cosmic Marvel via GQ. The director Fede Alvarez on David Johnson. David has this rare ability to hold both vulnerability and danger in the same look. There's a softness in him, but also something unpredictable. Like, you're never quite sure what's next. That tension is magnetic. It's the secret sauce that stars are made of. Why you want to share that?
Oh, I shared it just simply because, really not even for the Alien Romulus stuff or anything, just highlighting David Johnson and the attention he's getting. And isn't this franchise owned by Disney?
Yeah, Fox was acquired.
Yeah, just the attention. I was just looking at the picture. I haven't seen this image since I sat down in the theaters and saw the film. Again, brilliant performance by him. I think, I mean, once we left the theater, that's what I was talking about, was his performance. It gets a little weird at the end. Not his performance, the movie. But I think that just, again, highlighting him because he got brought up by Snyder, which is just, I mean, things change all the time. Like we talked about, things are on the table, things are off the table. But maybe the yes-no didn't go the way that he thought or wanted the yes-no to go, if it was going the one way or whatever. But I highlighted this just to highlight him specifically. And just looking at that picture of him and things like that. And I just can see them going that direction with him. And yeah, he is going to be in this movie, isn't he? Get to see another performance from him. I'm actually very interested in seeing this.
Yeah, it looked like a good concept.
Yes.
But he's not the lead. I'm sure in the trailer on his IMDb, they'll give him so much more scenes. But I don't think he's the lead.
I think he's one of the main characters, though.
Yeah, not the lead.
Are you sure he's not the lead?
I'm pretty sure the white guy is the lead right there.
Can we play this trailer? It's Lionsgate. We should be all right.
I'm proud of you, boys. You got fat. Maintain a speed of 3 miles per hour. Walk until there's only one of you left. Who's ready to fucking win?
A couple weeks.
It's creative.
It's a book, I believe.
I look at each and every one of you, and I see hope.
I first set my eyes on sweet Molly alone.
Personally, I can't stop thinking about all that money.
I don't have much to lose. I have everything to gain, and that's why I'm here.
Brother, I'm telling you.
Nobody wants it more than me. This is my chance to change things.
You don't think about making it to the end, just making it to the next moment. This moment?
I'm so sorry, Mom!
It matters, man.
You're right. Every moment matters, especially at the end.
What, walk me a while?
Yeah, I do, Pete.
You boys are the answer. The long walk is the answer.
Yeah, the novel by Stephen King.
Yeah, I'm there. You know, typically I go see movies. If it's a movie that I really want to see, I will go see it that Thursday showing, like I did with Weapons and all the others. This is a Thursday showing for me. I'm going to go see that then. I was interested when they first dropped the trailer. I'm still interested. Like I said, I like David Johnson. I do. I liked him in Romulus. I'm interested to see him in this. I highlighted that just because he is now in connection or talks for potentially either T'Challa or who they will also call T'Challa.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And you know what? Thinking over our conversation from yesterday, I still feel the way I feel about, you know, oh, I want to be picky too. But I also understand your, you know, what you're saying about he's in conversation. They're talking about it. If they're talking, you know, whoever they're naming somebody to play T'Challa. If they're naming someone, that means they're thinking about it. I can make my nitpicks later. First thing first, let's get him through the door. So I get that. And the more I'm watching David, if he is playing T'Challa, I don't hate that. I don't hate it. I don't. What did Han Solo tell? Or what did Lando tell Solo? I don't like it. I don't love it, but I'll accept it. For sure. So yeah, he's not bad. He's not. I mean, like I said, I liked him in Romulus. So if he is playing T'Challa and he is now on their radar, and maybe the Damson stuff did fall through, okay.
They need to play brothers in a movie. They look so much alike, and they're both British. Sure. Super. David Johnson, hashtag recast T'Challa. He's young and upcoming, someone who they can sign for a multi-year deal.
I mean, and that's true. I mean, I the more I thought, because I thought about this a lot yesterday, the more I've thought about it, it just it does make sense if Jeff is hearing that. You know, I don't know one way or another, but if he is hearing that they're now shifting, because we haven't heard from Damson since Yes No. I mean, obviously, you know, who can you really trust what Tasha K says? I don't know, but she was saying that he had loose lips, which I could have, you know, believed and not believed because the Yes No, believed because he's been in conversation for a while, believed because the concept art does indeed look like him, regardless of people saying it looks like Eddie Cathetti. I just really thought maybe, but maybe the Yes No just didn't land.
I mean, yes, I had talks with them. No, I'm not playing T'Challa.
Yeah. And then like he said, if you were offered it, would you play him? And he said yes. Maybe it wasn't what he wanted. Maybe they just didn't offer. And I think it's what Tank is saying. Maybe David's cheaper.
Yeah.
Maybe he's cheaper. I mean, like to highlight something Marcus said on Thursday. Damson has been in Snowfall. He's now starred in F1 with Brad Pitt. He's an up and coming. Well, he's a bigger star than he was. So he now has pool demand, is what Marcus was saying. Like, okay, yeah, I want to be more than just a cameo. I want this 10-year deal, but this is the number I'm wanting. And maybe the number was like Mr. Fantastic said, too high a price. And they shifted their attention to David. Again, I'm fine with it if it's T'Challa. I don't love that it's David, but I'm fine with it if it's T'Challa. I think he's a good actor. I do. Even just watching the little clip of him in that trailer, I do. I think he's a good actor. And it makes sense what Tank said. I mean, they can multi-deal.
If the MCU were going with younger teen X-Men, then bring in a younger actor for T'Challa. All right. Yeah. As long as it's T'Challa. Yeah.
As long as it's T'Challa. I don't know if I would say bring in a younger actor for T'Challa just because they're bringing in younger teen X-Men, because I believe that Storm is still going to be older. Not when I say older, I'm not talking about like she's, well, shit, I really don't know. But I don't think she's going to be like, you know, somebody's auntie or anything like that. I think she's still going to be probably a teacher by that time, I think, but not old. And I don't think Jean and Scott are going to necessarily be old either. When they say they're casting for teen X-Men, we're hearing names like Kitty Pryde, Iceman. We're hearing like those younger mutants. I don't think that T'Challa necessarily needs to emulate those younger mutants being that age. And with the MCU, technically that T'Challa is dead, but I don't think that he should be too similar in age with those younger mutants.
Iceman's not supposed to be as young as Kitty Pryde. He's one of those 5 that started.
I know, but they're doing like that whole Fox X-Men deal where Bobby's.
Really? They want to commit to that?
I think so.
That's bizarre. Okay.
It is.
Stephen King can't deny that he hates kids. Why are kids getting tortured in all his movies? Sells books. That's where I'm at with it. I'm not like, I may not like it, but if that's for T'Challa Senior, then I would accept it.
Yeah, I'd accept it.
Sure. That's the whole conversation I'm having. Just we don't even know if Toussaint is going to be greenlit or not, and until I know that, I'm not going to waste time. And he's cheap right now. Get him before the contract expands. Yes. And sign him for like 10 different things and make sure he shows up in TV shows and make sure the same way that we haven't seen Doctor Strange since a movie in 2022. You don't have that with this T'Challa actor. If he's playing actual T'Challa, you make it so that they always appear. Then they're in the TV shows and they voice act here and they just always are available for Marvel. That is the cinematic universe I want.
I wouldn't necessarily say either that we don't know that Toussaint has been greenlit. I would say that there's enough evidence that supports that he has been, and that's the direction that they are going. But obviously the hope and everything else. But I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say it's not a for sure thing.
Damson's Nigerian. His family moved to Britain when he was young. The brother is African. Chadwick Boseman was African too. His family came from the same continent, just years prior.
There is a difference, Jill. When you say that, there's still a difference between us and them. There is.
There's been 400 years of separate cultures that have been created since then, but 500 years ago, it's the same place.
Yes, 500 years ago. But
we them fools in the pimped out Gucci suits. What song is that? I don't know. After F1 and Children of Blood and Bone, Damson is going to be a hot in Hollywood. Yeah.
That was the other one I was missing. The Children of Blood and Bone.
Not chill. You're going to get elder T'Challa, and that's that. I hope I get the elder T'Challa. I hope I get actual T'Challa. Tosin Cole would be a good T'Challa. Yeah. Damson Idris is in Children of Blood and Bone. They already filmed that. I saw him on set in South Africa, all on Instagram last 2 months ago. And they're doing all 3 books for sure. No, we're not doing all 3 books for sure. If the first movie doesn't sell well, they're gonna cancel it. Don't ever feel that safe. Was he forced to choose between the 2? Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Iconic.
Have they signed a multi-deal contract? They've only signed for the one film so far.
I don't know the answer to that. She's
Okay,
most likely
well, then
probably gonna.
maybe he has signed a multi-deal thing with them. Then maybe they're confident, and the studio's confident enough in it to where they're like, "Hey, you've got 3 pictures. Here you go."
That's the plan. There's 3 books, so of course that's the plan. 20s to the early 30s for Storm. I would say okay, yeah, that makes sense to me. T'Challa gonna be pushing that vibranium built hover round. Basically X-Men Evolution. I'm thinking the same thing. Storm can be older and Cyclops in the first class because she's one of the giant size X-Men additions that came in 75. Bella Ramsey for Leech, very funny. I remember what we all cared about was if the costumes were comic book accurate. Yeah, we used to. Stamina said, "Don't do that, chill." I don't know what I did. What I do? There's a difference.
I think the.
Oh, when you're playing a Wakandan, you really think it matters if you're a British black person or an American black person in a fake country called Wakanda? You guys think like that's important? I think it's not. I think M'Baku was played by Winston Duke, who's from Trinidad and Tobago. Lupita Nyong'o played Nakia. She's from like Mexico and Kenya. I believe Letitia Wright is from UK, but then Angela Bassett and Forrest Whitaker and Chadwick Boseman for America, and they all were black and they played a movie in Wakanda. What are we doing here? Stay off of Twitter, people.
I think what they're saying, because I do agree, that it's kind of like Miles. Not anybody can just play Miles. Miles' heritage and his background and all that is important when casting for Miles. And I think when casting for T'Challa, it is the same. Great. Chadwick Boseman did great, and Winston did great, and everybody else did great in their roles. No one's taking anything away from them. But when we say like, oh, well, he's African and we came from there 500 years ago. We did. I can, we've had conversations about my ancestry and things like that, and I can trace it back to Africa on certain sides. But I have no connection to Africa. I have nothing of connection to Africa. And that might, oh gosh, you're from, yeah, but that's our homeland. Whose homeland? My ancestors' homeland? That's my ancestors' homeland. I have no connection to that. I don't even, so when we say like, he comes from there 500 years ago, or they come from there 500 years ago, there's still a disconnect. We being there, people that are still there, having your family that are still connected to that place. You visit that place often. You were born there. You have a connection that I will never have as an American, African American. So I think that it is important when casting for some of these roles. Yeah, you need to have that connection. But if you don't, and somebody can come in and kill it, that's fine too. But there are certain roles I also think that it's not up for debate, and Miles is one I don't believe is up for debate.
Damson Idris has an equal amount of connection to Wakanda as a Nigerian who grew up in Britain. Wakanda's, they all did the thing at the beginning of the movie where they said, boom, this is our border. Everyone's an outsider. No one's allowed inside. We're isolated. So that Wakanda thing is just as foreign to the Ugandans as it is to the Americans. For the context of this movie, it doesn't matter how far away you are from Wakanda, whether you're the country next door or an ocean away, you're all equally foreign to Wakanda. And there is no, since it's a fake country, no one can actually be from there. So everyone is eligible to be cast in the movie playing a Wakandan.
It's all fake. Miles is fake. But it's still important that you cast somebody that is of his heritage, of that the way he was written and everything like that.
His heritage is real. The Wakandan heritage is fake.
Wakanda might be fake.
The
but
heritage is fake.
culture of Africa within Wakanda is
Yeah.
not fake. So
The culture-
therefore, having someone from that culture representing that culture is what people are talking about.
But I am saying that the Wakandan culture is very separate from the country next door.
Right. We get that. But at the end of the day, it's not as if Stan Lee or anybody else that went on to write comics for Black Panther and Wakanda after weren't inspired originally from Africa itself. Wakanda being in Africa, obviously, is the inspiration of Africa. We all know it's a fictional place. We know that there's no place called Wakanda. We know that there's no Vibranium, no Black Panther, none of these things. But when you are in that country, regardless of being separated from the other nations within that country, they are all still African. They're not all African.
Ethnically? In what way do you mean that? Culturally African? What do you mean?
Culturally African.
Yeah, I'm not going to do the 10-minute.
No, please.
No, I'm not.
Please share.
I'm trying to talk about how you look and why you're qualified to play in that. Every time you bring up how culturally different an American is and a Briton is and a Nigerian is, I agree. Because I'm only talking about the ethnicity thing. Like Miles Morales' ethnicity, he's a Spanish-speaking someone somewhere from, was it Puerto Rico? And on why it's important to cast there, yeah. But when it comes to casting people who play in Wakanda, it doesn't matter where you're from. Not a cultural talk.
So when they were going to have them speaking with British accents, I guess it didn't matter either, because Wakanda is separate from everything else. It doesn't matter where they're from. So if they would have been coming in the first Black Panther speaking with British accents, would you not have been the Leonardo meme pointing at the screen saying, "Wait a minute, what are we doing?" But it doesn't matter because Wakanda's separate. Culturally, it doesn't matter. They separated themselves.
The movie decided to base their language off of Tosa. The accents that they spoke in when they were speaking English was that of someone whose first language was Tosa. That was a correct move to do if you're basing it off of that.
Well, of course, I don't agree, but to each their own.
Mm-hmm.
Pull up the next thing, the next message or comment.
I'm looking. We did Nia DaCosta earlier. We talked about the scripts of Marvel. We touched on Josh Brolin also. Shoot, where are we going now? Marvel Zombies?
Yes, that's fine.
Hey, you read it. I gotta go do something on the side.
Let me find it. Oh, there it is. It says that Todd Williams has been cast to voice Blade in Marvel Zombies. He previously played Vampire Hunter and a Vampire Hunter in Vampire Diaries Season 4. Voiced Titan in Invincible Season 3, and voiced Rick Mason in Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, among other roles. Some people were sharing this and saying like, oh man, another L for Blade. What were you expecting? Mahershala to come do this? Because that definitely was not happening. Why would Mahershala come voice the character when he's yet to even grace the character in live action? I don't think that was ever going to happen. You can be disappointed that it's not Mahershala, but I don't think it's another L for Blade. don't know if Blade can really take another L.
I don't know who this Todd Williams guy is. What have I seen him from?
I don't know who he is. Well, I don't want to say I don't know who he is. I don't forget faces, and his face looks familiar.
Todd Williams. All right, but it's voice role, so he probably played like some Teen Titan character. He probably did something in Digimon when we were younger.
I'm not seeing anything where I would have recognized him yet that I watched. No. He's got a big resume. No, but I don't know any of the shit that he's been in. But yeah, Mahershala I don't think was ever going to do that. And I'm actually interested. I might be watching Marvel Zombies. Marvel Zombies actually might be interesting. I actually liked this What If Zombie episode. I know a lot of people didn't. I liked that one. They gave that was the deal yesterday that I sent. You should take your parental control off. I sent that yesterday about Marvel Zombies, but you couldn't read it. They gave a synopsis of it and said, after the Avengers are overtaken by a zombie plague, a desperate group of survivors discover the key to bringing an end to the superpowered undead, racing across a dystopian landscape and risking life and limb to save their world. Bum, bum, bum.
It's hard for me to get excited for this Marvel Zombies thing. It's a thing. It's happening. I saw an exclusive look from comicbook.com that they got to share. And yes, it's a thing. They got all 4 episodes are going to be dropping on Disney Plus September 4th, just like Eyes of Wakanda had all 4 episodes releasing on the same day. You think that then it's a successful strategy for Eyes of Wakanda? They're pleased with the way that this has been going?
I bet you this gets more attention than Eyes of Wakanda.
Why would you say that?
Because I don't think people are interested in going to the world of Wakanda.
Didn't Mahershala Ali voice Uncle Aaron in Into the Spider-Verse? He's done voice. Yeah, you see.
No, he's done voice before, but why would I come voice in Marvel Zombies when you can't even get my live action film off the ground announced in 2019? So I never saw him doing that. Like, that's why I was like, people being so upset with it not being Mahershala. If I'm Mahershala, I'm saying, fuck you. Why would I do that?
But wasn't Chris Hemsworth the voice in What If of Thor? Didn't Benedict Cumberbatch do Doctor Strange in What If?
I think they did.
Yeah, the only guys who didn't return were Robert Downey and Black Widow. I don't think that was her playing Scarlet.
And it wasn't Tom Holland playing Spider-Man.
It wasn't Tom Holland either. Okay, we got 3 big actors, but everyone else they tried to keep. So if I'm Blade, if I'm Mahershala Ali, I'm like, yeah, I will do the voice because you're not gonna forget what you agreed to. And I was there at Comic-Con with the hat on in 2019, so I will do the voice. Don't let them try to imagine someone else as Blade. No, I'm gonna be there. I'll do it for free.
Maybe. I thought when they said they had an exclusive look, I thought it was going to be a video, not a picture. I think Wanda is like the center of this whole thing. Pretty sure. I'm actually interested. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to check out Marvel Zombies and see what it's all about.
Chadwick did T'Challa in the first season of What If in his final role. I won't do the voice because all those actors played the live action of those characters. He has not done his bit yet.
That's true. He has not.
Except we heard his voice in Eternals. We forget. Did he do the voice for Blade video game? Probably not. That's a lot of more work than just one episode of a half-hour thing. NYC, hello.
What up?
Marvel Zombies. There used to be a time where I would care about something like this. That was about 5 years ago.
Yeah. I feel that. Yeah, I'm definitely not counting down days or anything like that, but I will check it out. I will check out Marvel Zombies.
So let's jump over to DC because there's something kind of interesting coming out of the end Snyder. Jeff Snyder told us that this just in Philly Hot Mic at last week's Caught Stealing junket, journalists were asked by publicists not to ask Zoe Kravitz any questions about the Batman Part 2. She played Selena Kyle, okay? Because she's not in it and doesn't know anything, per a source. No word on whether that's true. As we all know, publicists lie. But that's the word on the street just saying, don't shoot the messenger. I don't know what to do with that news. It could be based in truth, or it could be, let me just save my actress Zoe Kravitz from all of the superhero questions.
She could be in it. I mean, I don't know. I feel like the stuff with the Batman 2, unless it officially comes from the studio, I don't think you can really believe anything with it.
Are you touching the microphone? In between when you talk, I'll hear a boom, boom, like you're moving the arm or something.
No, that's probably my pen. Yeah, I don't think you can really trust anything unless it officially comes from the studio.
I don't know the history of reading into what publicists ask and tell people to do. Now, if Zoe Kravitz is not in the movie, and she was a part of the movie, I think she was Falcone's daughter. It was revealed she was related to the main.
Who cares?
Who cares if she's not in the next movie?
I think who cares?
I think I agree. Yeah. Then no, if they want to throw her a bone, or will work for the first movie, let's get her back. And like Bruce Wayne needs a date to some event, and he calls her up, and she's in one scene with him. That'd be a cool, like, yeah, you helped the first movie succeed. We'll use you for the second movie, even though you're not really integral. But like, it's a brand new villain. It's a brand new adventure. Batman has so many characters. We don't have to be attached to this one. Keep Alfred. But after that, I can't say that you should keep Commissioner Gordon, I guess. He probably, if we're dealing with crime, will be relevant. Gordon, Alfred, Batman. Everyone else, they're disposable. If the story doesn't fit them, I don't need you, Zoe Kravitz.
Didn't she leave anyway? I mean, obviously she should come back, but where'd she go? I thought she was getting out of Gotham. She said she was going to what city? Because everybody was like, oh, damn, who's in that city? Was it Flash?
Okay. Central City?
Was she going to Central City? I don't remember. But I mean, like I said, I don't really care if Zoe Kravitz is in or not. Did I like her in the Batman? Yes. I thought that, you got a lot of Cats line. I thought that was great. Funny. Ha 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 ha. But if Zoe Kravitz is not into this Catwoman, okay.
Yeah. That's it. Just kill her in the first act. Curiosity killed the cat. And then, well, who did this? I shouldn't write the next Batman movie. That was garbage.
K-Max said, you always need a... Oh, sorry. I thought you read that one. Go ahead.
Don't worry about it. You always give Batman a love interest, so you need her? Huh? Then this will be the movie where he doesn't have a love interest. Then the love interest is overplayed. Then easy. We don't need it.
You can give him, like you said at the bottom, give him Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy could show up. Or here's another one of his gals he goes after. Or toxic relationship.
Harley Quinn?
Him and Harley Harley's never really come on to him like that.
Okay.
Not like that.
Wonder Woman?
I'm talking villain.
Talia al Ghul?
Yeah, here's a good one.
Who's Vicky Valley?
That one I'm not familiar with. But like before I interrupted, she does look like her mother.
Like Lisa Bonet?
Oh yeah.
Takes me back. I used to watch her on the Cosbys.
She's a spitting image of her mother. Vicky Val.
She was in Batman 89 movie. All right. That's the reporter in Gotham. Then, yeah, it's been 30 years. We can do it.
Oh, this girl from that Batman movie. Yeah.
Bonet was banging chill. Okay. Yeah. Right. Lisa Bonet.
Her father's Lenny, isn't it?
Yes.
Lenny Kravitz.
Kim Basinger played her. The more you know. So yeah, that we can do those love interests. But Zoe Kravitz, thank you. We love what you did with the first movie. We did. We loved it.
Yeah.
But bye. Is that harsh? On a scale of 1 to, or not the scale, but vote 1 if you want to keep her. She's essential. You'd make the effort to keep her, and then hit 2 if she's expendable. She says she's leaving the city. What would you guys do in the second Batman movie? 1, she stays, keep her. 2, you don't put her in the movie. They're all gonna vote 1. You know that, right? We should have asked first, but we already molded their opinions.
Hold on.
Meanwhile, let's jump over to Box Office Mojo, because we got to read and we got to look at those numbers. The Fantastic Four first steps after 3, is it the 4th weekend? How many weekends did they have? They had 4 weekends. Big opening weekend, 117. Pleased with that. Everyone was okay with that, but that drop to the second weekend of only 38 million was alarming. We're down to 15 million and now we're at 9 million. Overall, this movie has grossed 469. Has it made more than Ant-Man Quantumania of 469? Quantumania got 476. It will, after next weekend, I believe, cross Quantumania. And that's good to say you made more than Quantumania. But it's in that 400 range. If we look at the movie Superman, we'll see that they had, how many weekends did they have? How many weekends? 6 weekends. And it was the 6th movie of this weekend. Last weekend they took in 7 million. This weekend they took in 5 million. Next weekend, what, 3 million? They'll keep declining and declining domestically. Overall, they're near the end, and they have grossed 594. They'll cross that 600, probably 620, maybe, depending on how we decline. But that's where we're looking to end with the Superman movie. July was won by the Jurassic franchise because Jurassic World Rebirth came out swinging, and it finishes with, it's at 828. It's not finished yet, but it will land in the 800 millions. None of these 3 have broke the $1 billion. The only movies that's done that is Lilo and Stitch. That's your box office report. Like, comment, subscribe. Yes, good point. It's on digital now, so we can expect a big drop. Shit. How do I say this? Putting it on digital so quickly makes it so that opening weekends are smaller. Makes it that weekend 2 is smaller, weekend 3 is smaller because the audience is trained I can buy it on digital. I don't think that we're gonna get that big of a drop from people this week. I think that the damage is being done by teaching people the windows for theatricals only 30 days or less. Hey, I noticed the people who were championing Sydney Sweeney in her jeans did not support her new movie, Americana, this past weekend. What?
Funny.
She has a new movie called Americana? Isn't it called Eden?
I'm sick of seeing Sydney Sweeney. I saw her on the, she's on a poster outside of Dunkin' Donuts. She's everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Court of Owls would be a cool storyline for Batman too. Was Sophia even name dropped in the Batman? If not, it matters even less who she's related to, unfortunately. Darius, can I have some candy, old buddy, old pal?
Fruit snacks.
Okay. Next up, we're nearing the end of our stream. We got to talk about that spectacular Spider-Man.
We are not nearing the end of the stream. We may be nearing the end of the main topics, but not the stream.
We're nearing the end of the topics, yes. Alex Le teases that Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2 will be more tragic. What we did in Season 1, it just gets more and more grand, more tragic, more funny. Okay.
For those that did not see this, again, I very much encourage you watch this. The animation style, it is very good. I was like, because I'm weird on animation. But this works. It's like out of the comic book. And it works. And it is not like a kitty show at all. I'm not gonna say it's like, oh my gosh, this is so adult, like Invincible. No. It's still Spider-Man. Here, let me do it this way. Check the private chat.
Mm-hmm.
It is still Spider-Man, of course, but it is a different approach.
Don't crack now.
You've got Norman Osborn played by Coleman Domingo, and it absolutely works. You have Norman in the position of Tony as the mentor to Peter in this, the one that's helping him with all the tech, helping him with all this kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. And you are slowly starting to see Norman also turn into, well, how it's going to go down with him turning into Goblin. You've got Scorpion, who is using tech. Scorpion actually kicks his ass every single time in this. I think there's a few times that he got Scorpion, but he's kind of in the early stages of Spider-Man still. So, but it's good. It's great stuff. Venom shows up, and it's a comic book world. It's a fleshed out, fully completed comic book world. Captain America is talked about. Iron Man shows up. Doctor Strange shows up. Venom shows up. It's a bunch of different villains and things like that. But it's a good show. It's a good show. So I'm glad they're working on the sequel. I'm glad they're working on season 2. And just hearing that it's going to be more tragic, because the ending scene, not to spoil anything, leaves you with your like holy shit. I mean, those last few episodes leave you with a holy no. Everybody I'm sure has seen it, and they might want to. Those last few episodes leave you with a damn. Okay, next episode. And I was watching this week to week, and this was one of the ones where I was like actually anticipating week to week what's going to happen next. And if you're just a lover of Spider-Man, it's, like I said, it's great stuff. So and then I can't wait to see exactly when he turns into Goblin, because he's not Goblin now. He's just Norman Osborn. He hasn't even taken anything, done anything. But I think once he starts trying to take matters into his own hands, it's going to get switched up quite a bit. And I think that's going to obviously sever him and Harry's relationship in this next season, because him and Harry, I think he's going to realize that, oh damn, my dad is blah 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 and all this kind of stuff. So it's a good show. I'd check it out.
I thought it was decent. Some of the characterizations were a bit shallow for me, though. The supporting ladies in particular. And Tombstone entirely unconvinced a boy/man like that could exist.
Yeah, I didn't like what they did with Tombstone. Also, something that I did point out, but I know that that's Tombstone's story. I know that he's black and everything like that, but just and I get it. It's where he's coming from and all that kind of stuff. But I remember I talked about it when I first saw the episode. There's a scene where the cops pull him over or something like that. He's walking home or something like that. And the cops like roll down their window, and it's just more of that stuff. So I'm like, but gripes aside with Tombstone and that whole, did they cuss in this? I think they did cuss in this too. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they did. It's a good show.
That's cool. Yeah. Tune in. Disney Plus. Like, comment, subscribe.
Spider-Man fans, check it out.
Better than X-Men 97?
No, but it's up there. It's up there. I put it up there. Not like up there side by side, but it's up there.
Remember yesterday how we were watching the Good Boy thing?
Mm-hmm.
The Good Boy trailer is like loved. A discussing film was sharing that Google searches for "Does the dog die in Good Boy?" have spiked by over 2,000 since the first trailer dropped. I saw Dre and Mika talking about it on their stream yesterday too. Good Boy is this is the thing, bro. This is actually like a movie, a trailer that worked. I think that there are more people, and I don't know if it made the rounds during the festival season, but this is a movie through the trailer that like it worked. You know, it actually worked. Hey, guess who's DMing me right now? Don't say it out loud.
I'm sure I know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah, Good Boy. I do want to see that. Like I said, looks fun. Good concept. Dogs see shit. And I like paranormal horror films. These pages irritate me, like Cosmic Marvel or Pop Buzz or whatever, when they like just shared this image of this video of Daphne Keene, and they're like, Daphne Keene stuns a newly shared video. Our definitions of stun are got to be different, because they do that all the time. Like they did one like so and so stuns in this, so and so stuns in that, and I'm like, damn.
Haley Steinfeld Lizzo stuns in brand new music video.
I'm like, nah. I don't know about that. Don't know about that.
Don't know nothing about that. Let's go Spider-Man. Let's keep it Spider-Man. Because the next topic is that Bo DeMayo, he was covering Spider-Man and the Hulk. It's so strange to see Marvel Studios repeating the same mistake their publishing division did in the 1990s, pushing more crossovers and events that drown any actual character or story. Like, why not just trust that Spider-Man can hold his own movie without shoehorning a Hulk or Punisher into his story? And then Doomsday? Less is almost always more, especially when Spidey has a massive rogues gallery that remains unexplored. After Endgame, they should have pivoted back to the very contained, budget-minded solo films with no crossover, exploring how each character dealt with the aftermath of the blip. Instead, each movie has continued to burden us with more crossovers that try and fail to outdo Endgame. I like crossing over, and I like that there's many superheroes in a movie. So I'm not going to be mad at seeing the Hulk show up in the Spider-Man movie. Just do it right.
Well, number one, Sony has a deal to where
yes,
Marvel has to put a big cameo in every Spider-Man film. Hence why Iron Man, Nick Fury, Doctor Strange, and now the Hulk. So I'm kind of exhausted with Bo, really, because his personality has become Marvel. Bashing Marvel or critiquing Marvel. It has become his personality online.
Oh no, he was right about everything else though. You don't agree with all the other stuff he was saying, aside from the not wanting the crossing over, but making character stories. How did he deal with the blip? You don't agree there?
I agree. I mean, to an extent. Go back up. Let me see.
About the event, and this is what killed the 1990s. Yes.
Yeah, I
I've
can
been
agree with
saying
that
that.
stuff. I can agree with that stuff. But my thing is every post. That's fine. You can be right, and every post you can be right. But every post he posts, it's a novel of Marvel becoming his personality. Marvel has become his personality, and I agree. I'm not saying he's not making sense or anything like that. I'm just saying he has gone after them in every post. Maybe
It's not true.
he hasn't gone after Marvel in every post.
And yeah, here's one on screen right now talking about Titan's Quest. The ones that go big are the ones about Marvel. Here he is talking about Alien Earth.
Okay. All right. Well, when I say he's talking about Marvel in every post, maybe I should be more literal. I'm not literally saying every single post he is posting about Marvel, but to your point, the posts that matter, his big post, the posts that are gaining traction, no one cares about his fucking thoughts on Alien Earth. No one cares about his fucking thoughts on that whatever that dog was he just posted. People are interested about his novelizations he's posting while
Yeah,
bashing Marvel.
I agree with that. Yes.
I just think it's become his personality online.
He touched on this Captain Marvel thing, lack of a solid script, and he said, "Nice to see others speaking out. It's not just directors, actors deserve a finished script so they can dig in and make discoveries of their own, bringing depth and layers to their performance. When an actor gets totally new pages for a scene the night before they shoot, have zero time to memorize their lines or even discuss them with the director, you get an inferior product. They can't even track the emotional through line. Note how Harrison Ford, an actor known for deep preparation, speaks about his experience. No amount of Marvel Studios magic can outwit a century's worth of filmmaking 101. Again, you can get the movie made, but your cast and crew will be exhausted and abused during the process." When he takes his time to speak on the guys who can't speak because they're worried about their next paycheck and their next job, their tenures, their opportunities. When he does that, I'm like, yeah, good job, Bo. Because if you don't say it, no one else is gonna say it. You're being that whistleblower. Some results may come from this. Maybe everyone's speaking out about the scripts this week, and I mean everyone's speaking about it. Makes Kevin Feige go, okay, fine. You know what? Next movie, scripts will be complete. When I get these new X-Men actors, they'll have a new Marvel that they're dealing with where scripts are complete. I like that Bo DeMeo does this stuff because results come from it, possibly, unless Kevin Feige just has his fingers in his ear and thinks we'll ride out this storm. But I think that he's doing a great service for the movie, for every actor that needs to memorize lines in more than 24-hour notice.
No, I agree to the point of him, hey, spill it all. But do you really think that Marvel is shaking in their boots over Bo's tweets?
Yeah.
You do. And what evidence gives you that?
The reason why Gina Carano was settled was to stop things from getting into Discovery. The reason why settlements happen is so that they're never going to be microscoped, that no one ever has to do a deposition. No one, the inner workings of the studio getting out is their enemy. What he's doing and what he's tweeting and revealing hurts that. It hurts their image. It hurts their brand. It's the thing they care most about. I do think that he is making them, making many people at Marvel concerned for that reason. You get it?
I get where you're coming from with Gina. I don't get it with Bo.
Same thing.
Gina was silent. We didn't hear shit from Gina. Gina was
you don't
not
understand.
on. No, I get what you're saying.
No, you don't. It's not that Gina was silent and Bo was actively talking. It's not that.
That's not even what that wasn't where I was going with it. It's not where I was going with it. What I'm saying is, and I get what you're saying about her or them settling because the inner workings, you don't want something to get out and all that kind of stuff. I don't think that they have shown any type of shaking over Bo. Why continue to let him talk on Twitter then? He's spilling a lot now.
What can they do about that? When you said why would they let him? So how do they unlet him? What action do they need to do?
Maybe that wasn't. Yeah, sure. Settle. The settle.
Okay. So if you find out that the settlement
that's
happens,
if his claims are true. I understand that. Y'all aren't getting what I'm saying. That's if his claims are true. Like Marcus said on Thursday, maybe they don't settle with him. Maybe they actually have. Because how do you know that they don't have something on Bo? You're rolling your eyes. No,
I can tell you why.
Hold on. You're rolling your eyes and taking your head to the side as if you or myself or anybody in this chat has sat down inside the walls of Marvel Studios and are able to tell if they're scared, if they're shaking, what they have on him, how they feel. Marvel is literally talking about the sequel to Fantastic Four right now. They've given no indication of being scared or anything toward anything that's being said right now.
Which means nothing.
But how can you make that claim then? But how can you make that claim then? How can you make the claim that they are scared?
I think the result is going to speak for me. If he wins, he gets the or not. If he wins, if they lose, if they get the guilty verdicts, if this does go to Discovery, or if they settle, you'd be like, oh, Chillmonger knew what he was talking about.
No, you're basing your argument now off ifs. I'm talking.
Yeah,
about,
I know.
Okay, I'm talking right now in this moment. What gives you the point blank period? Marvel is scared. What have they shown you? Because to me, they still look like okay. So then, why are we like Marvel is shaking in their boots over? Because that was my leading question in this whole conversation. What has shown you that they are scared?
Because they
and
have
you said because of Gina Carano.
Because they have a history.
I don't think that
of solving things and not letting how the cookie is made get out. That's undeniable that they don't like people knowing what's going on with them. They settled with Victoria Alonso also when she started beaking, and they got her to shut up real quick. It took a while. Bodemeo's been active this week. Next week he'll be active. The next week he'll be active, and then the next week he'll be active. And then one day they'll just say, "Okay, we settled to these terms," and then I'll say, "You see." It just takes time for me to do the you sees, but I have a record over here of being like, you see, guys, just wait for it.
I haven't been around for those you sees, I guess. But again, I Marvel has not shown
because that was my Victoria Alonso.
Okay,
just
because you are using Victoria's case. You are using Gina's case.
Yeah.
You were using another case. That when okay, so when they were settling or when Victoria was doing what she was doing, what did Marvel do besides settle with her that showed you that they were scared?
Nothing until they settled.
So my initial question, Chillmonger, when I asked you was, what in the moment now is Marvel? Okay.
Yeah. They're not reacting to anything that he's done.
So right now, we cannot make the claim that Marvel is scared or doing anything of Bo because we also don't know what they have on Bo. And you can't make the claim that they're going to settle because you don't know that.
Here's why I know they don't have anything on Bo. When the Hollywood Reporter did that anonymous spokesperson egregious findings, at that moment, I knew they had nothing on Bo. At that moment, when that's the best you can do, you're trying to besmirch this guy. The worst you can come up with
on companies and people that we have the luxury of speaking about. You know, Denzel said it the best the other day when he said, "What I'm talking verbatim here." When he said something about people with internet, people on the internet can just talk or whatever. That's all we do. That's all we do. We just talk. We just fucking talk. I don't know Kevin Feige. You don't know Kevin Feige. Just because you saw what you read in the Hollywood Reporter does not then give you like this point blank. Oh, I know they don't. How do you know that? How do you know that?
I'm telling you,
It's
because the
it's
goal
such
of
a
that.
weird concept to
Don't
me.
ask Kyle if you don't want the answer.
No. I'm gonna let you because I wasn't done. It's such a weird concept to me when we get online and we think of these entities or these celebrities or these, and like we put ourselves in this position of really knowing these people. We don't know these people. I say that all the time. We don't fucking know these people. So how the fuck can you make the claim of, yeah, it's point blank, it's happening. I read it in the Hollywood Reporter.
Okay. Was it a hit piece in the Hollywood Reporter? It was a hit piece, right?
Okay. So it was a hit piece in the Hollywood Reporter. So that then makes it, we now know everything that Marvel Studios is keeping close to their chest. We now know everything that they have. We've seen the flash drives. I know because Hollywood Reporter made a hit piece about it.
And in the Hollywood Reporter hit piece, which they collaborated with Marvel with the anonymous spokesperson, the worst thing that they could do is say egregious findings.
That's the
they
worst
couldn't
thing
tell
they
you what
said,
the findings
Bill.
were.
That's what they said. That's all they said. They didn't. Okay, if you want to think that you know Marvel Studios or Kevin Feige based off of just the egregious findings that they said in that particular article, James Gunn the other day said he's keeping these from his people close to the chest because he didn't want to get it out. So maybe, just maybe, we don't know these people, and they could have something on Bo. That's a very real possibility. They could have something on Bo. So you're making the claim that they're going to settle.
Listen,
you don't know that.
I'm sure the something that they think that they have, if they have it, is nothing. It's a something. They're gonna say we're using this. We have something. And maybe it'll come out one day what the something was, and we'll be like, oh, that's it. Oh, all I need is time on my side. If there is this settlement, or you're saying there's not gonna be a settlement?
I didn't say that. I'm not saying you're wrong about
you're not saying I'm wrong.
I'm not saying you're wrong about having time. Shut up and let me finish. I'm not saying you're wrong about letting me have time about you having time, because that you could be right. With time, you could just be saying, I see. But I'm saying in the moment, you don't know what you're claiming to know. You're saying they're gonna settle. You're saying, oh, they found egregious findings. Oh, because the Hollywood Reporter made a hot piece about it. I know. You don't know Kevin Feige. You don't know Marvel. I don't know them. We are two people from different places in the world that have a YouTube channel with 67 people watching us. That's it. We're just fucking talking. Denzel Washington literally just said this the other day on ESPN. People on the internet just fucking talk. Yeah. That's all they do. And that's all we're doing because I don't know Kevin Feige.
Look, if that Hollywood Reporter article said, we have multiple infractions from Mayo and at the Human Resources Office. He's been written up on occasion with multiple victims, and that's why we had to do it the third time. If the Hollywood Reporter would have provided what the findings were and not just leave it at egregious findings, I would go, okay, there's something here. But I will not do the work of
all the reports. Just believe them.
I didn't say to believe the reports. I said to read the reports and read what they're not telling you. Read what the most that they could muster was. 2 words, egregious findings. That's all he's saying. Chill, we don't really know who's right or wrong. Chill, what about his past on the Witcher set? Nemo, be specific.
Oh, I'll help you with that, Nemo. You don't have to retype it. I'll be the voice for you. He was fired from The Witcher for a reason. There are people that have said on The Witcher, which I understand, he said because they weren't keeping it close to the source material, and I respect that. I like that on him. But there was also reports on people saying that there was stuff going on with him behind the scenes, and he had issues and stuff like that too. And you're laughing. I'm
laughing because what side are you going to believe? He's been here trying to do things about the source material. Henry Cavill says the same thing. And then we got to listen to his haters who probably hate that he's doing the source material, slander him. Like, I'm going to believe. I can't ignore the bias that they have.
So again, 2 things can't be right at the same time.
Yeah, it could be true. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Right. Let's use our critical thinking skills, though. I mean, stop thinking you know Bo. Just because you've had conversations with Bo on Twitter and he's commented, you don't know this man. You do not know him. And it's strange that y'all get online and get so attached to celebrities and you think that you know them because they give you a glimpse into their life on Twitter. Like, he could be lying. That is a possibility. I'm not saying he is. I'm saying it's a possibility. Because you are so set in stone that he's just telling the truth. And that Hollywood Reporter made a hot piece. And they only said 2 words, egregious findings. They said that about the Epstein files too, but his name's fucking in them. So, I mean, like, what do we... So you choose to believe some things, choose to believe not some... I don't know. It's crazy. Like I said, it's a possibility that he's lying. That's all I'm saying. Because you're just so set in stone that Marvel's going to settle. They're going to settle. They're going to settle because they're scared. Of what? Of what evidence? And I just crazy. It's crazy to make the claim that they're scared. It's crazy to make the claim that they're going to settle. And we don't know that.
James Gunn came out and said that I'm going to finish the script. 2 weeks later, Kevin Feige does not the big one, but the private thing. And he tells, we always go into it with a finished script. When the insides are being revealed, they're going to try their best to counter it. He has knowledge on the Blade project. I think he did Moon Knight and X-Men 97, and he knows things about how they don't like comic books, and he
I'm
has
gonna go
stories.
cash it. I'm gonna go cash it after this stream. They're gonna send me a huge one for this one. Keep going.
He has knowledge about a lot of things that most people... He has knowledge, bro. I don't know. You just gotta wait to see how things play out. Like, if he takes them to court, and then if we do have discovery, and we do read, and you'll go, holy shit! Wait, wait! Here comes the prosecution now. Here,
chill, bro.
We just gotta wait.
But you're just going.
We gotta wait to see who's right, who's wrong.
I understand what you're saying, but it's just the way you're thinking on it. You're just going off of what Bo is saying, and only reason you're doing that is because he won't shut the fuck up. Notice Marvel hasn't said anything. They could be online too if they wanted to, but they're not going to do that. But they could be online too if they want to. Oh well, let's tell you what Bo did. But that's what I'm saying.
They did.
They went to the Hollywood Reporter and said they found egregious findings. What you just said, 2 words, right? 2 words, right? Okay, yes. So they really didn't. They really didn't. Bo is making tweets, 10 tweets a day about Marvel. So they really didn't. All they said was, "Oh, we found egregious findings." And for you, that's like, "Oh, that's nothing."
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to get you to understand is maybe they're quiet for a reason. Maybe they want him to just keep
maybe they are.
Keep running your mouth. Keep running your mouth.
Yeah, we'll get you in court. We're not settling a damn thing. We'll get you with a guilty verdict.
You're just right. Making it seem as if Bo is about to just crack the mold open and be like, "I told you guys, I've got so much on Marvel," when you in actuality have no idea what they have on this man as well. That's all I'm putting out there, because you're making him to be the super nigga and he's not.
Okay. It's the same thing over again. Egregious findings. That means so much to me. Like, to me, and not to you, but to me, if that's the best that you can do on your reaction to his, I posted this picture of me as Cyclops in the visor, they wouldn't invite me to the Emmys. And the best thing you guys come up with, we had egregious findings. What? You're not getting specific, nothing like that? All right, cool. Now I know you guys don't have anything on this man, but that's a me thing, right?
It is a you thing.
Prove me correct.
If this was a court of law and you were a lawyer and I was, and that's why I wanted to go to school for, I would have ate you alive.
No, when this goes to the court of law,
eaten you alive, because if you're going based off of just that evidence alone, that's enough. I know you don't have nothing. I would say, okay, this nigga he thinks we don't have anything because we only said 2 words. He thinks we don't have anything. Some people don't reveal everything up front.
You know what? Some people don't reveal everything up front. Now, there also was in that same Hollywood Reporter, the writer said, a source told us it was misconduct. I don't want to say the word because we're on YouTube. Starts with an S. It's misconduct. And then Jeff Snyder came in with his thing. If you were working in that boardroom, you got a picture of Bo, whether you liked it or not. And that was his report. And that was enough to slander him and carry the wave of, Bo was he's far gone. He's not worth listening to. He's not credible. it worked. It was an effective slanderous campaign. But my eyes and my ears saw something, and time will show or not show. We're there. We're at the point of the conversation where, okay, let's just wait and see. Chill is naive like a mug on how corporations work.
I'm telling you.
Blue, is there
I'm
going to be a
telling you.
settlement? Is there going to be a guilty verdict? Is there going to be not guilty verdict? What are you saying? You're saying you don't know. So is Darius. You guys don't know.
No, I'm saying I don't know, but you're claiming that you just they don't have anything.
Then let's wait for Chill to be corrected in a few.
And this and this and this and that. Chill's not. I don't think Chill's going to be correct. You know, you say you've had these aha moments.
This is one of them.
It would be the first.
Chill lives in a what if world. It's really not less of a. It's less of a what if. Like a what if seems like something that's impossible. We will get to the end of this. There will be a court date. There will be a announcement.
And on the corporation part that Blue was brought up, before you even clicked on that, I didn't even see that. I was going to bring that up. Why would you expect this major corporation to spill the beans like that? Why do you expect this major corporation, if they do have something on him, to just come out in the Hollywood Reporter and just, even though the Hollywood Reporter may be buddy with Marvel, and just spill everything? What from a legal standpoint, if I'm your counsel, why the fuck would I even advise you to do that?
Well, they did do it on Thursday night, a few hours after Bo DeMayo revealed the Emmys thing and says that I was fired for no good reason. They came out to the Hollywood World. They did what you're saying. Why would they do that? They did it.
They said 2 words, Chill.
Yeah, in their hit piece, they did 2 words, but it was a hit piece.
They said 2 words. They said 2 words. And
well, why didn't they say nothing?
Running with 2 words.
I'm actually not running with the 2 words. I'm running away from the 2 words.
No, you're running with it.
I'm not running with it. I'm noticing it and saying that was all they had. That this is your hit piece. This is your clap back. So you can't say Marvel didn't do anything, or they're not worried, they're not squirming, or what are they saying? They tried.
They didn't. You don't know that. All they said was, "Oh, we've got egregious findings."
Yes, they reacted.
But you don't know what those egregious findings are.
Exactly. But I know because they
didn't
get into what the egregious findings were.
If I'm Marvel and I have something,
yeah,
and you've been running your mouth the way you've been running your mouth, and you want to go to court, I'm holding that shit.
So you don't do a hit piece.
No, I'm not doing a hit piece and telling you what I have.
And when they did a hit piece,
they have egregious findings. They said 2 words. 2 words, Joe.
The fact that they did a hit piece.
Oh my God.
They did a hit piece.
Probably just to put it on notice, like we see you, but it's not like it's 2 words. It's 2 words. The more time, and I love you, brother, the more time I spend with you, the more I learn about how you think certain things operate. And you tell me often you don't do anything once you get off here. I need you to do things once you get off here. Step outside more. Get outside, because your thought process on how certain things work is not how they work. Just because these people said a major corporation, Marvel fucking Studios, said 2 words in a hit piece, does not then mean that they don't have anything.
Why did you say hit piece? So it's not a hit piece?
Sure, it's top of the charts, platinum, all that, went gold 3 times. Sure, hit piece. All I'm saying is it 2 words. 2 words doesn't mean they have anything, or they don't have anything. That's not what that means. It's not what that means. It's not what it means.
Yeah, right. And then a couple weeks from now, couple months from now, we get to the ending of this and we go, because his court date, Tina said, was in October. I think she said it in our stream. I don't remember, but we'll get to the bottom of this one day.
You said Tina said what now?
I think when we were streaming with Tina, she says his court date is in October. But that might not be the trial date. That may be the let's decide ABC date. I don't know.
And I don't want to make it seem like I dislike Bo. I don't dislike Bo. Do I dislike things Bo says? Do I dislike his position on certain things? Of course I do. But I don't dislike Bo. But I'm also not putting the cape on this nigga either.
Okay. And look, if there is a settlement, I'm sure the term of the settlement will be you may no longer do these things and say these things on Twitter, and he'll never reveal what his side is. But on the other end, Disney and Marvel will never reveal what they really had on Bo, and you'll always be able to say that if there's a settlement.
If there's a settlement, because like, like Buckslosh just said here, me and Tina have talked about that privately in our DMs before, as of recently, and she kind of thinks the same way I thought about it. Like, you might want to be quiet because we just don't know. I mean,
we're gonna find out about this major crime that Bo DeMeo was doing in the offices, and it's gonna ruin him. Yes.
But see, even the way you're saying it, you're
Yeah.
saying it as if it's like impossible, as if it's like not something that could have been done.
I am.
So you don't think that he could have done anything sexually harassing or anything like that? You don't think that that's possible?
Okay. Again, just like egregious misfinding, that's subjective. What may be egregious may be acceptable. So if I find out if what they had was he had a relationship at work with someone there, I'm gonna be like, so. But some people will say, like Blue will tell you, you don't eat where you shit. Like you can't have.
No, not a mutual relationship.
Okay.
The reports that we were hearing, if that comes out and that stuff was somewhat true or true.
Yeah. If it's not,
but see, you're saying it like for a shadow of a doubt, like, cause you're like, oh, like bro, we don't know if this motherfucker was sending these people pictures or not. Like, how do you know that? Like, how are you able to? So how are you able to stand in that stance? Like, how do you know that?
How many times this stream did I didn't do that.
You just did, like, oh, we've got this and we've got, like, how do you, when you do that, you're making a mocking tone as if you know. So I'm like, how do you know if he was sending what they say he was sending unless you were receiving that? Like, how do you, or not receiving
if I'm sending reference art, like the Magneto Trunks thing, if he sends that, he says we need Magneto, he knows look like this, and I'll even dress up and I'll do the posing thing.
No. Oh, bro. Oh, chill. Stop it. You stop it.
You
now
can't
stop it. Chill. You're telling me.
I always gotta stop it. I'm making a point when it comes to reference art.
Go ahead.
If I'm using the company email, I'm saying no, you guys are getting it wrong. Do it like this. Here's a picture. If I'm doing that and he gets told stop it, that's inappropriate, and he resumes doing it, that's valid. That's like, oh, bro, this guy was willingly and he was told not to, yet he resumed doing it. He got off sending these pictures, something like that. Yeah, that's worrisome. You know what I mean? Like, he should cut that out.
But chill. Even the first picture is, why would you send me a reference photo of you dressed up as Magneto in a Speedo? I don't need to see you.
It's normal to send reference art. Now you're saying why would it be him? Like we're supposed to go to AI generator in Speedos? Like what do you mean?
I mean,
so you think even sending a picture of yourself would be too much?
I think that's what happened. I think that's inappropriate. You don't think that's inappropriate in the workplace? If my boss sent me a picture like that, brother, the lawsuit I would have. Oh my God!
I got you.
There's
I'm with it. I'm with it. Yeah,
that's
you
crazy.
Can see that. I'm de-exposed or desensitized is the word, because I watch a lot of pro wrestlers who are wearing them little Speedos. I don't. And I know, like, it doesn't really affect me that way, but sure, if a boss sends them not wearing too much clothing, absolutely, a guy can be offended by that. But if that's all he did, I'm gonna be like, okay, but like, did he hurt you? Did he harm anyone? Did he just sent a picture? If this is a what if, I don't even know. Whatever the situation, I can use a different example. If he has a mutual relationship with someone who's working there. Yeah, to some people, they're going to go, you can't do that. Power dynamic. You're the showrunner. You're not allowed to. And I'm just going to say, are both people agreeing to on a night out, or everyone like, we can't, that's normal to me. That's normal. That's nothing to me. But if that's all Disney's been sitting on, like, we actually know for a fact that he was sending a love you text messages and here's the heart emoji here. And then lunch breaks, this happened. I'm going to be like, dog, that happens at every workplace. That side of me and that side of me, people get together. Like what the egregious findings are gonna have to be actually egregious to me too.
I in the workplace, there's just like we literally have meetings about that before you even work. Like, you don't do shit like that. You don't, and if that, regardless of if that is egregious enough to you or not, you don't know if the person he was sending that to, what that did to them. You don't know how people like, and because people are
If he sent
weird.
it.
Some people, yeah, if he sent them, yes, you're right, because I don't know. You don't know. I don't know if he sent them. If he really did send them, you don't know what that might have done to that person mentally or anything like that. Or maybe they were maybe because you don't know people's history. Maybe that
Yeah.
person has a history of sexual abuse, and now I'm literally dealing with that again. Maybe not in the same way. You may not consider that sexual abuse, but you also don't know everybody's walks in life. So when you don't know everyone's walks in life, you have to tread fucking lightly. That's why you don't talk politics, religion, sex, and things at work, because everyone comes from different walks of life. So therefore, don't send your fucking in an email if you did that. Why would you do that?
Yeah, and if he did that, then
But
that's what they've been sleeping on and keeping tucked. Then sure, like yeah, you know what? And we find out about it. Yeah, absolutely, Darius. But we won't, because a settlement will keep everyone's what they have tucked.
Well, if that's again, if a settlement is a thing that's going to be on the table, but your aside from Bo, your synopsis of the workplace is interesting. So is it different? This is a legitimate question.
No,
is
no,
it different in Canada?
Same rules. You don't do that with a coworker. Yeah.
Okay, I was just
you go to HR. You go to HR. You say, "Hey, look, dude has been on me. I gotta, it's a thing."
So, but why are you like just like if it is true? Why are you just like, oh?
You remember how those on the Coldplay concert, those two were like cheating on their spouses. They were both married, but they had their little thing going on privately at the workplace.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad. That's bad to your spouse. It's bad to the families. Wrong. You shouldn't be wronging everyone. But if they both are willingly having this affair, loving each other and doing their thing, guys, break up with your families first.
I agree with that. If it's a mutual thing, like because I did like them
consensual. That's
yeah,
what I mean.
Consensual thing. If it's a consensual thing, though, because the both of them, even when they resigned from their positions, I'm like, I wouldn't have. I'm not resigning unless the company's making you, or unless it was like a situation like resign, or we have to fire you to save, public face for yourself. Just say you resigned. People do that. But if he willingly and she willingly resigned, that wouldn't have fucked with my money. Okay, yeah, we got caught cheating. I'm fucking her.
That's gonna be embarrassing. I'm gonna have to deal with that on the family.
It is what it is, but that's not fucking with my money.
Yeah.
If it's a consensual mutual thing. But if it's not a mutual thing, and even if it doesn't even have to happen like 2 times. The fact that it even just happened once is enough. Because you're not supposed to that's brother, I'm so lost on that with you.
But I agree with that. If it's not consensual, even the first
even
time,
on the once, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I could also look at it retroactively. When people break up with others, it's, you know what? Fuck him. It was never okay. It was a power dynamic. That's also a possibility too. I don't know. I wasn't there. But even if that's what happened, they're gonna keep that tucked, because if settlement happens, it'll be settled. I really don't want a settlement. I want this to go to full on court. I would love to see the dirt. I would love to see how things are really done and maybe even get Kevin Feige.
This is the thing too. I would like it to go to court too.
Of course.
Because I would like to see on both hands what he's got, what they have, so the whole thing. But how do
hold on. I shouldn't have said hold on, but I thought this was relevant. I don't want to skip it. There is no willing or mutual when one has more power as a co-worker. The amount of proof that would be need to shown to prove the power imbalance doesn't matter, is impossible to prove. No, you're right, Tank. By the rules at workplace, there's a power dynamic. But Chillmonger just doesn't care. If both of you guys were, let's do it.
That's just Chillmonger.
Yeah, but I'm saying in the legal world, I'm saying I'm giving you that, Tank. I never disagreed with this. The rules are you're the boss, you're the showrunner. You can't anyone at work. No one at work is on the market. I get that, but I also don't care. Like that's all you had. That was the egregious finding, a workplace romance, really, to me.
again, that's if it was Romans. But like I said, I want it to go to court because they find what he's got, whatever. But at the end of the day, I don't know what Bo has more of. But I feel like, brother, you've given us at least 3 books already on Twitter. What more do you have? Do you have more that you can tell? Because you've seemingly, the things that you just mentioned, like how they treat Black women, he's talked about that. Like, what more can he add to that he hasn't? How they treat their writers, he's talked about that. What more can he add in court to that he hasn't said on Twitter? So the things that you've said you want him to talk about, my brother in Christ, he's talked about those things on Twitter already. So what more can he add to it? Oh, they treat Black women bad. They treat them really bad. What more can he add to that? I mean, he's talked about it on Twitter. That's why I said maybe, just maybe, he should stop talking. Just a thought. I mean, those things you want to know, you know already. Because you just said I want to know how they treat writers. You know that. You know, the writers have come out and said how they get treated. The VFX workers have come out and said how they get treated. Bo won't shut the fuck up about how they get treated.
He could have more specific examples. He was working there for many days. There are going to be more things that he can say or expand on, even on things that he started saying about mistreatments and things.
So he can go into detail more.
I'm saying that, of course he can.
So all he would be doing basically is telling us what we already know, but just giving more detail, like a story base.
Here's one. I just started to read this, so maybe it won't work for me, but it sounds like it will. Think of it this way. When I was on Blade, the budget was so badly used, it was coming down to debates about whether or not we could afford blood VFX if we did a Zeppelin sequence at the end of the film. So that paragraph he just added about how the budget was being managed is news to me about the VFX blood. Like, that's new to me. Every VFX shot of Hulk literally costs you a VFX shot of Spider-Man. This means the more cool things each character does in the film diminishes the coolness you can do with the other, unless, of course, you balloon your budget. Hearing him say that about the Blade budget and how they mismanaged it is more news to me. I did not know that, but we got to see how during the creation process, the development phase, they're not budget savvy.
Okay, I'll tell you what. That really didn't add too much more for me to that, because I mean, again, just as a critical thinking person with critical thinking skills, as a person that can read between the lines, and I would hope as a lawyer, as a person within the court systems, that you are able to do that. If I'm the judge and he tells me that, I'm saying, okay, Mr. DeMeo, we know that, you know, things have been rough on the set and things like that. Those have been your claims. All you did was tell me that money was funny. That's all you added. So what more can you add to that you haven't already said, Mr. DeMeo?
I'm willing to say. Can you open the thing I sent you in the private chat? Because this will help your point. Because the tweet says, well, he's quote tweeting, and I just can't read what the first one was. But he says, due to my lawsuit, I'm not prepared to speak on it. You see it? Thanks, everyone, for the super chats, and we'll get to them right after this.
Due to my lawsuit, I'm not yet prepared to speak.
Oh, but look, what's he quote tweeting, though?
She spoke out. She spoke out in the beginning, and they threw her under the bus. Remember, Ava walked away from Black Panther because of how little freedom she had. If this film was Kevin Feige, why did they throw all the blame towards her? We know why. They're talking about the Marvels.
With Nia DaCosta. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then in his quote tweet,
he said, due to the lawsuit, I'm not yet prepared to speak yet on Marvel Studios' horrific treatment of women, especially Black women at the studio. And trust me, the studio knows exactly what I'm talking about and when I talk about their treatment of Black women.
So both parties it would appear they're both sitting on something. That they haven't fired their full shot, right? Because you said all they had was egregious finding, but they didn't tell us what the egregious finding was. So they're sitting on that. Mail because of the lawsuit, I'm sitting on these. They treat black women. Yeah. Right? He's not going to give us more because he's going to give us more of the same, and he won't open up into what this is with especially black women at that studio.
He'll probably give details about it. I just don't know that those details are going to matter because there are other factors at play. You're dealing with a major corporation like Marvel Studios that is ran by white people during an administration that is trying to expel all things that don't emulate what this administration wants it to look like. Darius, why do you bring up this administration? Because you're leading your argument in a court system that is ran under this administration with black women against a major white corporation. So I mean, hey, we'll see how it works for him. We'll see how that works for him. Hey, black women were treated really bad at Marvel Studios. Can you give us details of how they were treated bad? Yeah, let me go into some details about how they were treated bad. It was this and this and X, Y, and Z and blah, blah, blah. And then she ran off. They ran her off and blah, blah, blah.
Did you know about this tweet here? Matter of fact, just so that we don't keep everyone waiting, there were some super chats, right? Let's go and recognize some of those.
That I will retire with the ring and I will retire with the crown. Yes, no, I'm not lucky, I'm blessed.
Was Nia set up to fail? Why are black projects cursed with Marvel? Blade, Bow, Captain America 4, Brave New World, T'Challa, BS. Besides Black Panther 1, I mean, it's just weird. Well, I mean, are you new here? I think we've touched on each one of these, and every time there's the development, I've given an opinion on it. Was Nia set up to fail? Nah, she was set up to Marvel, just like all the other directors, regardless if they're women or not, or black or not.
Yeah, I'd agree with that part. As far as like, I don't know if it was just a Nia being set up to fail thing. From what we've heard, it's almost every director that does not see the vision that they see being set up to fail. That's why they're returning to guys like Shire. He played ball. Shackman, he played ball twice, 3 times. Mother, you might get a different position up at Marvel than director. So I mean, Coogler plays ball. Raimi, he played ball. Might be back. Some of those others didn't play ball.
Mm-hmm. Let's go. Yeah, chill. I had a coworker who was fired because he told a woman she looked good. She ran to HR and told them she felt uncomfortable. The problem with when Darius raises his voice is he makes it sound like I don't recognize this. Like I took the opposite opinion of this. Yes.
Oh, I would have been great in I should have been a lawyer. I don't do that. I try to make it seem like you are. I get what you're saying. I get where you're coming from. I understand that you see that, but it's your, they say actions speak louder than words. I used to tell my boys all the time, don't sit on my bench with poor body language because you won't get in the game. Your body language doesn't make it seem like you understand that. Like when you say, oh, we've got this for them and we've got this on. When I bring up, oh, if he's sending pictures and we got pictures, you don't make it seem like you get that.
Nah, it's don't body language this. Nah.
I mean, body language.
Remember earlier when I was like, it doesn't matter where you're from. You can play a Wakandan. It doesn't matter your ethnicity. And then you got into, but there are cultural differences between America and Britain. And I'm like, yes, I agree there, but I'm here talking about ethnicity. And you kept on going to the culture. Or the other day when I was talking about how do we make the classroom better for teachers and easier with less absence. School shootings are really bad in there. I'm just, yes, Let's talk
No,
about the
let's
teacher.
not go back there because I rewatched that and your stance on it was just the way that your stance is here. I don't think you understand. Maybe because you are you and you don't see you, but me watching you, your body language speaks volume. So yesterday when you were just letting school shootings roll off, maybe
No,
that
I wasn't.
okay, again, maybe that's not how you personally felt, but your body language did not speak that. Your body language spoke something different than your mouth.
Yeah,
Understand what I'm saying?
but do you? I know what you're saying. I know that my body language didn't feel like I was showing concern for school shootings.
Okay, so don't make it seem
But that
like
does
I was just
no,
yelling for no reason.
no,
I
you were
wasn't
yelling for
yelling
no
for
reason.
no reason.
The reason you were yelling for no reason was because I
It
never
wasn't for no reason.
the reason the
The reason
reasons
I
that you
was
were bringing up
yelling,
school shootings when I'm talking about how do we make things better in the classroom for teachers and phones. Talking about school shooting and talking about this other topic is just like not what I'm doing. I'm here talking about teachers. And then same with the ethnicity thing. I'm talking about an ethnic background of a Wakandan actor. You can cast anyone from anywhere. So David Johnson is eligible. So was Chadwick Boseman. So it doesn't matter where you're from. And then you made it about, well, the cultural differences from an American because for 400 years I don't have any relationship with my American. I'm like, I know that. I'm not disagreeing there. You just got really passionate about something and you told the truth. And I don't disagree with anything you're saying, but it's just I was talking about casting eligibility for a Wakandan actor when I began with the David Johnson thing. So you get, and then it makes Buckstots think that I was against this or that I had a problem where I needed to be told,
listen,
chill, I had a coworker
no,
who was
no, no, no. I disagree with you on that because we're not going to put the chat's thoughts on what because the chat has their own individual thoughts. These are own individual thinking people. These are not bots. These are not bought and paid for people to come into these streams. They have their own thoughts. So if they put something in the stream, it's because what they are watching and hearing is not it's contract. It's not. It doesn't.
They're reading
align.
my body language.
No. It doesn't align. Don't do that. It doesn't align with what they feel. So if you say some bullshit and they call you out on it, that's how they feel. I can't. I'm not making Buckstots think anything.
So what did I say?
No. Hold on. I'm not done. Me being loud because I've always been loud. Me being animated and I've always been animated. Me being Darius Deshaun Henderson does not invoke thoughts on any of these people. They have their own thoughts. So again, if you say some bullshit and Buckstots calls you out on some bullshit, then that's just what it is. You said some bullshit.
So what did I say that made you think that Buckstots think that I needed to hear that? Well, when you're at the workplace, even if you say a woman looks good, you can go to HR, get someone fired for making it feel uncomfortable. When did I say something that made you
because
go?
of your nonchalantness around the topic of him sending his shit, possibly sending that to his coworkers because you're like, I don't care. It's a work. That's why. Just because you don't care in the workplace, and even though you said you've already addressed that, it matters in the workplace. Blah blah blah.
Okay, then. I personally don't care, but I recognize how this could be wrong at the workplace.
So how do you know that? Again, chill, Jesus. I think sometimes you don't think. How do you know that this super chat didn't come before you fucking said it?
Okay, that's true too. I wasn't paying attention. Thank you, Buckstots. But actually, it's not true. Let me rewind that. Let me not give you that, Bucks, because I said it in the same breath. I recognize how that couldn't be appropriate in the workplace. I personally don't care about a romance. I know you're not supposed to shit at where you eat, like Blue said, but to me, a consensual workplace romance isn't really like it's the end of the world. I know before I got into the why I'm cool with it, I also recognized why it's not corporately cool. So it's not a matter of Buckstots sent it before I said that. I always prefaced it.
I missed it if you preferenced it because I didn't feel that you preferenced it either.
Gotcha.
Got a handful of stacks, better grab an umbrella. I make it rain. I make it rain on them hoes.
NYC says, okay, Darius and Chillmonger, time to hug it out, kiss and make up. Don't worry about this. This is not.
Yeah,
he didn't call me out of my name. I didn't call him out his name.
We are never. It's passion on both ends of every time we debate, and it's fun. I like it because I love debating, so it's fine for me.
Yeah, I'm not worried. Thank you, NYC Playboy. We should be
appreciate that.
I'll get more animated next time if I knew that a super would come from it. Hug it out. Oh, shit, yeah.
I'm always animated. That's
You know who that was?
I don't.
He was an Iron Man too.
I wasn't looking.
Sam Rockwell.
Oh, Sam Rockwell. Oh, okay. Look at Sam.
Burt, he says, Bo could gain the court of public opinion if details come out that are unfavorable to Marvel through the legal court. But that's about it, in my opinion.
He could, but we keep forgetting something. We just saw another colored man go to get dropped by Marvel and all these things like that. It's just we'll see. Court of public opinion. We'll see. In this when I look outside and I'm looking at all the things that's going on a real level with this administration and how they are changing things in the Black History Museum, changing things in the Natural History Museum, wanting here in Oklahoma, I can't speak for other states, here in Oklahoma, teaching in social studies that Joe Biden and the administration rigged the 2020 election so that these now young minds can grow up thinking that and believing that, and then that being indoctrinated into them, and then blah, 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 trying to erase things that don't look like you, going full autocracy on full authoritarian, everything that this administration is doing, obviously saying I did not have the power to send in the National Guard on January 6th, but now having the power to send the National Guard to multiple states. And it's not in the favor of Black and brown people, when as I said, the day we talked about the National Guard and everything being sent in, I said, notice the language here. This is the same language they used in 2020 when they said gangs, and we knew what gangs meant. This is the same language he used back in the early 80s when he pulled out that ad that newspaper article wanting to have the immediate killing of the exonerated Central Park Five. So we've known who this man is. He's shown us who he is from day one. This administration hasn't changed at all. So since we all know this, when I look outside and you're saying court of public opinion, I don't see the court of public opinion going in favor of Black and brown people. So I know that's like, oh, well, that took a really different turn to politics. But I think it is important when you're talking about the overall scope of what people are emboldened enough to now be public enough to say and think about Black and brown people. Because it's been quite disgusting, the things that have been going on. I don't know if everybody's paying attention to what's going on outside their window. But when we talk about Black folks standing up, I don't know if this is the time that they're going to get helped. You might get shot back down, and for good reason. And I know this is not politics. Marvel's not that, but I'm just saying, look outside the window.
So there's one major tweet I wanted to read, but I won't yet because of this from the fucking New Rockstars Break Room.
Answer is usually not. So
give them the context here, Eric. So X-Men 97.
Disgraced. X-Men 97.
That's his new prefix.
and creator and former head writer, Bo DeMayo.
And OnlyFans creator, Bo DeMayo.
Yes, a creator
has been on. I'm a former subscriber to Bo DeMayo's OnlyFans.
It's true. And future subscriber.
There's an episode of the underground show Danger Room in which you can hear myself and Brandon Barrick go through Bo DeMayo's OnlyFans in audio form.
Are there any diaper pics on the OnlyFans?
No.
Okay.
Why?
Because it was previously established in this episode that you have a fetish for poo-poo pants.
No, it was not. This is all
diapers,
bits.
It's not part of the...
We're crossing... Yeah, that's a different fetish.
I have heard that people who have a diaper fetish, a lot of times they're using the diaper.
I'm just saying
that's what I've heard from that community that I'm not a part of. To be
there's nothing.
Wait, what are we talking about?
That's just
no. But so disgraced former X-Men 97 showrunner Bo DeMayo was fired from.
They both said disgraced. I'll keep playing.
Yeah, I was gonna say now. I can say what I have said about Bo, but it's kind of like when Feige said that Kang actor. How disrespectful! I wouldn't say disgraced. Disgraced to who? I mean, who is he disgraced to?
That's on the teleprompter over there at New Rockstars. The disgraced former writer. The fuck?
Yeah, and now, what the fuck were they all talking about at the beginning? Because that was more important than the disgraced. What are y'all doing talking about his underwear and shit, diapers and shit? What were they talking about?
I'm sorry. To his OnlyFans. Well, I think he asked for that by putting it behind the paywall at OnlyFans, the website with a reputation. I think that's on Bo. He welcomed that. Those jokes.
I mean, my thing is this. I said it even when he did that. I didn't subscribe to the thing, but I said, hey, make your money how you can make your money. And I've also been public in saying, trust me, if I had fans, I'd have an OnlyFans, because you're making money to just. So yeah, I mean, if you can make your money that way, and you can also spill the beans to Marvel, I guess, I don't know if he's in his underwear while doing it, I don't know. Then sure.
He eventually posted the OnlyFans video on YouTube for free, but just took like 6 months. I think there was more, maybe.
Alleged, maybe impropriety circumstances, but who has been very vocal on the old X ever since he was fired.
That's right. He's now kind of taken on this public posture of being kind of unfairly treated by Marvel Studios and having an axe to grind against Marvel Studios.
He's reading that. His eyes are not looking at the camera. He's reading it off the thing. So like the company policy over there in New Rockstars is that it's like it's working. I could show you other videos of other content creators who you would think wouldn't do that, but they are that way. They're like, oh, we gotta act like he's this outcast. Like that's what the memo has been, that they've all read. So in this quote tweet, someone says, so they virtual signed for people of color or LGBT, but treated them like crap behind the scenes. And he says, yep, I remember being in media prep meeting where I noticed they had listed homosexuality alongside school shootings and abortion as hot button topics to avoid or approach with caution. And I remember reading the reports of this about that, and right-wing people were taking it, but it was a report. It was real. It was like 2 years ago. I asked them how my sexuality is on the same level of divisiveness as kids being murdered during class. Then there was a response to my request to do a promo with RuPaul's Drag Race for X-Men 97, to which I was told that Marvel Studios was uncomfortable with that because they didn't want to alienate certain audiences. And Blade, well, when you have ATL telling black assistants they're going to crack the whip around here and trying to force a black assistant to crip walk for them, ... Again, I reported all of this to Marvel on September 6th, 2023. It was covered up and I was retaliated against. So we got new information. I didn't know that he reported it on exactly that day. And I never heard this crip walk story. I remember hearing the crack the whip around here. I never heard the crip walk story. Maybe I forgot it if I did. He is revealing new things every single day. He's tweeting something.
But he's also not remembering some of the things, I fear. I fear like he's forgetting things that he said, just kind of like when he said humanity over decency, and then he came this time and said that, oh, if you had a shred of human decency, that wasn't your feelings a year ago, wasn't your thoughts a year ago. And even when he says this, kind of like Blue just said, they allowed him to do one of the gayest cartoons in the past 3 years. You had Morph hitting on Wolverine with the shower scene, need some help or whatever he said to him, need a back scratch or something like that. You had the scene with Magneto. I mean, you've had he put some pretty. They allowed him to put some pretty. To do some things in the show. Now, one thing I will say, and I want to make it clear on this, I am not an advocate, or I'm not against how they've banned drag, of course that, but how they've banned drag or anything like that. But I do see where the company of Marvel Studios is coming from by not wanting to do promo with RuPaul. And the reason I understand that is because not everybody that watches Marvel Studios, regardless of us wanting to, I get it from a business standpoint, not everybody that watches is inclusive enough to include, and be accepting enough to of RuPaul or other drag queens or anything like that, people that do drag. So I could see how they could think that could have a negative effect on the studio as a whole. But at the same time, you shoot yourself in the foot, Marvel, when you put a drag queen, I believe, right? Was she not? Is that not a drag queen that was in Daredevil or Ironheart? That you replaced, that looks starkly different from the character that they're playing from the comic counterpart. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I agree with him. You know, how does his sexuality end up on the same line as kids getting murdered in school?
Well, they're hot button topics. That's what they were called.
Well, I can definitely see that being the children being school shootings being a hot button topic. Abortion. I guess. But they I guess like Blue said, they let him do some pretty suggestive things in X-Men 97. I mean, people were calling it the horniest cartoon they've ever seen. From X-Men, the horniest that they've seen the X-Men cartoon, at least. You don't agree?
No, it could be the horniest cartoon, but it also wasn't that horny. Like, I didn't see a gay man kiss another gay man on the lips during X-Men 97, did I?
What does that have to do with horniness?
Well, I was back to the gay thing, but yeah, sure, you're right. I mixed the two things. I mean, if it was horny, then it was horny. But like Magneto and Rogue touching each other, I can touch you. See, I got the powers. If that's it's horny for a cartoon, I guess. But still, I've seen more. It's a low bar to call something the horniest. Yeah, it was horny.
Oh, it was a trans character in Ironheart.
In the gang?
I think so, yeah. I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we have next?
I thought we touched them all.
Okay, yeah, that would be them. Does anything else come out? Let me check. Sorry, T'Challa.
He said awkward silence. We're at the end.
No, I'm looking for. I'm trying to see if anything else came out. But
I played that video of showing new rock stars talk about him being some disgrace. I think it was relevant to know that it was enough to get some of those access media people and ones who will. It got them to besmirch him, even though they don't know what Bo DeMayo's egregious findings are. Eric Voss and his crew were willing to both times refer to him as the disgraced former showrunner of X-Men. It was effective. The hit piece thing worked there. I don't know. When the settlement happens, I'll be back on stream like, see, settlement happens.
No, because there you go again, saying the settlement was happened, and then you also went with going off of them saying that based off of what you keep calling a hit piece and the egregious findings. Once again, just because you watched the video of them calling him a disgraced writer does not mean that was based off of the hit piece of Marvel giving 2 words. That doesn't mean that, Chill. That doesn't mean that.
It could mean that they have a friend who works at the office who told them.
It could mean that, or it could mean that they are saying that due to him. They have a different viewpoint of him always on Twitter running his mouth about things than you do. People are different. Not everybody's going to think the way you do. And it does not then mean that they got that from that. You make your mind up on something and you think that like because you think that like that's it. And that's just not it.
Before Bo was active on Twitter this week, Eric Voss maintained this position of right before he brings up Bo DeMayo, he scoffs at him. This was months ago.
Chill. Bo's been active on Twitter for over a year.
Well, he wasn't as active this week. This was a crazy week.
I don't think that this has been a crazy week. This has been pretty normal. I feel like it's been pretty normal. I don't know. Again, our algorithms are different. I can't get on Twitter without seeing him. And that hasn't just been this week. That's been since he's opened his mouth. So
yeah, he's got more vocal this last couple of weeks. That's undeniable.
Okay, sure, fine. But that does not then mean that that Eric Voss has had maintained the position he maintains. And I'm not defending Voss. I'm just your position at going at people the way you do. Voss saying that does not then mean that that's based off of his tweets from this week.
If I listen, you're not defending Voss. Okay. I'm not saying there's not gonna be a settlement. Okay. So then what am I like going at you back and forth? And we both you're not actually taking a stance at which I can say, okay, see now, like it's weird. To me, it's just all right then. We're talking passionately about both either or scenarios. And we'll leave it at that. I want to be able to be like, see, there was a settlement, but you won't give me that because you're saying I never said there wasn't going to be a settlement. All right, Darius, bro.
No, I'm saying what I said from the very beginning that started the whole thing. It is your position that they are just going to flat out settle without presenting any evidence, not your conspiracy theories, evidence. And you have none. You've only rattled off conspiracy theories. You've only rattled off other examples of other times that Marvel has settled. And then you rattled off at a hit piece that they did with the Hollywood Reporter where they said 2 words. So when you say definitively, oh, I'm going to be on that they're going to settle, again, it takes it back to the very beginning. What evidence do you have of that, Chillmonger?
Okay, that's where we'll rest this on August 19th. What evidence do you have there? Settle, Chillmonger, and then it'll happen or it won't happen.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, if they keep calling him disgraced, I don't agree with that. As I pointed out, why call him that? But I don't think that that's based off of the Hollywood Reporter.
And Jeff Snyder's thing, he said something.
Jeff Snyder said what?
If I go to it, the website won't be there anymore. Like it's actually here. Let me show you. Here's that report. Bo DeMeo allegation sexual misconduct inside his firing from Marvel and The Witcher. And no, it's not the page. It doesn't exist, this page. Did he delete it? Or do I not know about the internet and maybe it expired and he doesn't want to have to pay? I don't know, but it's not there anymore on Jeff Snyder's website. If he deleted it, would you say, oh, Jeff Snyder, he had to delete that, huh? No, you wouldn't say that. You would probably tell me something else.
Well, let's see. Let me see. No, Chill. You keep trying to make it seem as if
That said 404 means a file not found is deleted or moved. So it could have been moved, not deleted. I gotcha. Thank you, Stamina. I keep making it seem like you're what? Probably the lawyer, says Lawrence.
You keep making it seem like I am I guess not willing to agree with you, and that it's not that I'm not willing to agree with you. I'm not willing to jump because as the point I stated, I don't know Kevin Feige, I don't know Bo DeMeo, I don't know these people. So therefore, I'm not going to be so willing to just jump on Bo's side as you are, to where you just think that he's just, without ever sitting down, having a conversation outside of Twitter with this man, knowing this man or anything like that, to be just like, oh, he's right. He's telling the truth. He's got him. That's crazy. The only interactions I have with Bo are that of Twitter. So I don't know him. I don't know him, so I can't be like, oh, yep, by golly, he's right. He's telling the truth. And if you are just so willing to believe people off their word like that, that's without even knowing them.
It's more so, I believe, not off of Bo DeMayo's word. It's more so the Hollywood Reporter article, which only had what it had. And now I see Jeff Snyder deleted or moved 404, file not found, his slander. And then Blue says that disgrace means having fall from favor or position or power of honor. So disgrace is the correct word. They could be using the correct word. Why even have to say he's a disgraced former each time that they bring up his name? Yeah, it's correct that he was fallen from honor. You're right.
But chill. Okay, but here's the thing. You can't do that, bro.
Really?
It's the same way you do Ironheart. Every time you bring up Ironheart, you like to throw in there that she's a criminal. But you're one of the only people, like, she's a criminal and she's a bad person. She says, like, that's your thoughts on it because you don't like the show. You don't like the direction that the show took with the black character. So if they are calling him a disgraced,
I have a bias against terrible black representation. So I consistently bring up that she is a gang member.
Okay, so they have
she
a
made
bias
sign to deal with the
against
devil. They have a bias against Bo. That's why they consistently
right. So
announce
you
him
can't,
as a disgrace.
So you can't be like, oh, I'm so mad that you do that when you do that.
I do that for Ironheart because I bring awareness to how it was
It's not
garbage.
just Ironheart. You've done others, but
then other places with terrible black representation, I'll bring up what the terrible stuff was. Yes, that is not wrong of me to do. It is open and I'm not secretive about it.
Okay, so then why is it wrong if they call him disgraced? Why is that bothering you so much that they call him disgraced?
It bothers me that they bring up that he is a disgraced writer, former showrunner, is because they're playing a part of hurting this man's credibility to their
and you
audience,
play a part in hurting
listening.
Ironheart with kids when Dominic Thorne showed up to that school that were excited to see her. And when let's say some of these kids get on YouTube and they type in Ironheart and they find a Chillmonger video,
I would love for them
bashing Chill and you're bashing her.
I would love for those kids to see my videos where I say she shouldn't be joining a gang. That's actually bad. It's not accurate to the comic books. That's what I want the kids to go and see.
Your argument is still null and void.
I'm offering to the world is there's actually no comic book precedence of Ironheart doing any of these things for you, Williams. I'm actually helping with this, with the terrible representation problem that there is, calling it out. Do you know how many other, like I think I was on Pantheon with Marcus, and I did a long video with Blue also, but I was telling him that when she signs a deal with the devil, like usually this is the third act. This is the time where she does the selfless thing, where she doesn't actually deal with the devil and she actually like goes, no, I'm gonna do what's right. But no, in fact, unlike every other superhero or even Loki, she continues a villainous path, and this ends with the protagonist doing something dark or perceived to do something dark, because we saw the tattoos coming up and they'll leave us on that for 3 years until the next time we see the character. Like, I want the kids to go, oh, you're right, that is an odd choice for a character like this. That's not how superheroes are supposed to be portrayed. I have no problem with them seeing that. Eric Voss has no problem with this. Is a disgraced former showrunner.
So if you have no problem saying what you want to say on your channel, why have a problem with what he's saying?
Because what he's saying is to besmirch with no proof or evidence in the public, besmirch, bring down the value, the honor of a man named Bo DeMayo,
just gave you the definition of disgraced. And before he shared that, I was like, oh, why are they saying that? But after he shared it, I was like, oh, well, that kind of makes sense.
What actually happened in the Ironheart TV show actually happened. What actually happened with Bo DeMayo, or didn't actually happen, we don't know yet. For them to say so bravely with their chest that, we're going to talk about it and enter him into the conversation as a disgraced showrunner to try to hurt him. Disgraced meaning having fallen from favor position.
And which
as true as it is, the message and the reason for why they did it isn't because we want to use the correct words. For them to do it twice means that there is a policy there, and it's intentional so that the viewers think of Bo DeMayo as lesser than. This guy is just beaking on Twitter. That it was intentional. We can't deny that. Starting it off with these disgrace. I can't
give you that though. When you have, even though you just explained what you explained about Ironheart, and I'm not, and I've listened to you, and I don't normally interject when you say your things about Ironheart. I let you say what you want to say, but you're always talking about black positivity and black shows and things like that. And I understand your position with Ironheart and the villainous route that she may have taken, and you don't know where that's going to end up later on in the MCU. Maybe that's where it ended up in this film or this series. You don't know where that's going to end up with her future. So when you are saying the things that you're saying, and then you of course saw Dominique Thorne going to the school, talking to the little black kids, and how they were excited. And this was actually one of the black shows that charted for them, and maybe due to her doing the rounds that she did, talking to some of these kids or whatever. Hey, you feel how you want to feel. I'm just coming in telling you.
3 episodes.
We've had the conversation, Chillmonger, and I feel the fucking same way. I'm just telling you, when you come in there and you say the things that you are saying about, like, oh, they're using disgraced and they're saying this about her, but you, on the other hand, it's the pot calling the kettle black. Like,
we're talking in circles. It's like you didn't hear me say that Ironheart
I
actually
absolutely hate when you do that. When you insult my intelligence as if I didn't hear you.
So retort,
I heard
retort,
you.
retort
I just
to this
didn't
part.
care it. I didn't care.
Okay,
I said what I said.
That's right. You didn't care. You didn't
I
care.
said what I said on what you
I got
said,
you.
because what you said was null and void to me.
Thank you. That's why you didn't retort to it, because it was null and void.
That is why. I hate when you say, like, oh, you didn't hear what I said. No, I heard you. I have headphones on. I heard you.
Well, then tell me I don't care about the fact that Ironheart really is a character who joins the gang, does the deal with the devil, but Beau DeMayo was unproven to be all these things. You should have said that. I don't care about that. Then I'll be like, oh, he doesn't care. I guess he doesn't care about that. I got it. Chill, did you see Amanda versus 20 rep? I saw clips, but I'm probably not going to watch that. Beau has fallen from favor. Never mind. No, mind. The need to say that every time you bring him up is intentional, and it is to hurt his credibility.
What is it with you and Beau?
What is with me, Jonathan Majors? What is with me and
that's different.
DaCosta?
That's different.
What is with me
that's
and
different. That's different. That's different. That's different. That's different.
Why?
Why is it different? Because Nia DaCosta didn't play a black card when she felt like it. Jonathan Majors didn't play a black card when he felt like it. I've given you examples of Beau DeMayo doing that. I've given you examples of how he felt with Storm. I've given you examples of how he did things with Bishop. We all watched it, but yet you defend him so hard as if he defends black folks as hard as you are defending him because he's black. When he doesn't. What is it with you?
Does that mean that I need Beau DeMayo to come out here and do something pro-black? And I don't think actually I might not. There might not be a thing that Beau DeMayo can do to make you go, all right, cool.
I don't dislike him, but I'm not. He's not super nigga to me. You are making him seem as if he is just like you're like, don't do that to Beau. Don't do why do like, but Beau, as hard as you're defending him because he's black, because you used Nia DaCosta and Jonathan Majors as examples, I'm assuming because they're black. He doesn't even defend niggas as hard as you do, as hard as you are.
This is not a reciprocal Beaumonger. This is not a reciprocal relationship where I need someone like Beau DeMayo or I need someone like
Okay. So it's just cool for you. Beau can just put on a hat. Hey, I'm black today. Oh, this argument, I need to put on my black hat for this argument. Oh, I can take it off for this argument. Oh, but let me put it back on for this argument. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant to you.
It's Marvel and Disney.
Him, brother, as hard as you're defending him, I guarantee you he would not show you the same defense.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Darius. And that doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
This isn't some exchange that we're doing. You defend me when I'm in trouble. I defend you when you're in trouble. I'm not doing any of that for that reason. I'm looking at it like, and there's also a precedence being set here. Chill's relationship isn't conditional. I like that respect. I'm looking at it like this was a campaign against him, and I'm not going to get swept up or participate in it. And I'll always have a reply to something that you would say that I take issue with. And if that's why you're defending him, that's why I'm defending him. Let's wait things out to see the settlement or the however it ends. Reciprocity is a side quest. I'll give Chill that much. That's neither here nor there. all this Ironheart
Hold
backlash
on,
making
because that's 3 comments now, and I don't want to make it seem as if I am saying, "Oh, you scratch my back, I scratch yours." What I am simply saying is, Bo has already shown all of you that he does not care about black folks unless it is to weaponize and use against his own agenda and argument. He's shown you that. He has shown that to you. So what I'm saying is, why go so hard on someone or for someone that doesn't even give a good goddamn about the skin color that you are fighting so hard for, that he just so happens to have? That's the only reason you are fighting so hard for him. Because if this was a white writer, this would be written off for you. You wouldn't give a goddamn about this.
I wouldn't care as
Chill,
much.
Stop it.
No,
You just
I
said
wouldn't care as much. I say,
thank you. You wouldn't care as much. So that's my point. I'm not making it seem like scratch my back, scratch yours.
Yeah, all right.
I'm saying if this was a white writer, you would not give a damn. And just because his skin is black, and we even use this with Nate Moore. So don't even, all of y'all in there trying to come at me on that. We even use this at Nate Moore. Not all skin folk is kinfolk. Forget that one.
You say that multiple times.
Right. So no, I'm not saying scratch my back, scratch yours. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, and if Bo DeMeo kills the greatest black character in the history of fiction, I'll treat him the way I think of Nate Moore. But either way, the workplace improprieties, the workplace allegations, the workplace shit, that's applicable to any of the next future black employees that are going to work there. It's a stance I have, or the position, or the drive that I have to at least, let me represent this side of things, is always going to be there, even when it's Nate Moore. I'll be like, they were done dirty. Even when Jonathan Majors playing a race swap character, I'm gonna talk about how I don't care about the race swap, but I don't think Jonathan Majors should have been blackballed and everything that happened to him.
No one disagreed on Jonathan Majors or any of that. I'm just saying it's like Lauren said, Jonathan and Nia are different. But hey, like I said, maybe it's a light skin thing. So stick with Bo. You let us know how that turns out. You let us know how that turns out. I am darker than you are. I'm not a light-skinned nigga. I'm not light-skinned.
Wait, you're not light-skinned?
I'm not light-skinned. I am not.
You're not light-skinned?
I'm not. Sorry.
See, we need new words now. There's dark skin and light skin, but there's no like in-betweens.
I'm like caramel. That ain't light.
It was sunny today. You were out drashing. You got a little bit more melanin reflection.
Not trying to be bitchy at all, Stamina. Not trying to be bitchy, but I'm just saying. That was 3 different ones I had that was trying to make it seem as if I'm saying I live off this conditional lifestyle. That's what I'm saying. What I said was he is a black man that is a conditional black man that we have talked about and seen that. He has shown us I can be black when I want to be black. So when he has shown that to you, I don't understand going so hard for him. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to be bitchy. And if it came off as bitchy, sorry. But hey, that's all I'm saying.
Sometimes you got to let chat know, you know? Any new trailers? Any Spider-Man news?
I don't think so. Let me see.
Yeah, let's find out because tomorrow is a long time from now.
James Gunn talking about Peacemaker, talking about Superman sequel. The Penguin creator has signed an overall deal with HBO to develop shows for the platform. That's it on DC. Nothing really from Marvel either, besides more concept art from Fantastic Four. I don't know why they keep sharing that. And then saying that the Scorpion is going to look like Scorpion from Spider-Man Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Oh, that's expected, to be expected. Yeah.
Other than that, I can show you this from IGN. They gave us a clip for the long walk.
Oh, David Johnson, the new T'Challa, or T'Challa, undetermined, to be announced, to be confirmed.
You said the new T'Challa.
The new T'Challa, we don't know.
Yeah, it should check the DM.
Okay. First clip from the long walk. Oh, they put out a clip. Like, this is a 2-minute clip.
Yeah, it's pretty long.
Good. Let's go.
So many questions.
They actually showed it.
They actually showed it. So many questions. That was great. That was good. That was good.
The whole movie is that with each member of that walking cast.
Yeah, damn, that was good.
Do you team up? Do you go, there's only 6 of them with guns and there's 60 of us?
They got tanks though too.
Well, when you're that close though, can a tank really shoot?
Well, I guess that's true if you like hurry up and scramble, I guess. I don't know.
Some people will die, and it's a guarantee that some people will be shot. But do you do it?
Man, I liked that. That was good for people. If no one has seen the trailer, for people that haven't seen the trailer, that's their first time seeing that. That would draw me in. I mean, it drew me in even more because I have questions like, who is Charlie? Is that his brother? Oh no, man, that's tragic. And they shot that kid right, knocked his jaw off. Damn. Yeah, I'm interested to see that. Red band?
It's Twitter.
Damn. I wonder if IGN, if they showed, I wonder if they showed the same one on Instagram. I mean, I guess you could. It's just going to have that little C warning before.
Okay.
Interesting. That's cool. I like it. I like it. That's cool. Because, you also saw in the trailer that kid with like his ankle that looked like it was broken. Yeah. Interesting. So they get money, I'm assuming. That's what they said?
For a prize.
They say how much?
I don't think so.
Would you do it?
No, never. I would never enter it for a prize. You either die or you win a prize. I don't gamble that.
Well, that's damn true, I guess. That's damn true. I don't go to the casino, so I damn sure wouldn't gamble my life. Yeah, interesting. I want to see.
Is there anything you'd gamble your life for?
Other than my mother's or a family member, sibling?
No, for a prize. Is there a prize that you would do something? You get to marry the love of your life in the house of your dreams and in a beach and you get $1 million, $10 million. All you got to do is beat someone in a basketball game, and if you lose, you die.
No, that's too much of a gamble. What if I'm playing like, who's the someone?
Someone equal to you. No, we say no to this.
I don't know. You said someone equal to me. I might be able to take them. I don't know. Probably no still. Is there any circumstance that you could, like, is there any amount of money?
Nah, my life? No. Even if I'm like 89 and I go, well, I had 89 years, I still wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't think I could either. What if it's a limb?
So if I lose a limb and donate it to somebody.
A limb of their choice.
Nah, I wouldn't lose legs.
But it's only one.
Yeah, but like that's so
even because but the alternative is $1 billion.
$1 billion if you want to use my thumb. Shoot, that's a hard discussion.
No, not like that. Like, let's say instead of, and it's the same long walk discussion.
Oh, no. I'm not doing long walk for anything. Because, like, you have to be 1 out of 70, 100 people. How many people we're starting with? That's a lot of people. The odds are too high.
But what if everyone, what if, 5 of you make it and you're one of the 5 that makes it across? Like, I'm saying, so $1 billion, you don't get killed. You just lose a limb.
Still no.
I would do it for the limb.
Still no.
I'd do it for the limb. It's fine. It's fine. $1 billion, I can buy a robotic something.
Because you're confident in your walking skills.
I can walk. Like, we're just walking. Yeah, you get tired, but I mean, the thing is, I mean, I get it. Cramps, like that dude got. I don't know about the dude's ankle or how that's going to happen, but there are a lot of variables of things that could happen. But I think I could confidently walk.
You think that until a professional power walker is on one of those 5 people who are going to win.
I don't have to win, though, right? I just need to make it across the finish line.
I thought you said you got to be the last 5.
Okay, yeah, if I'm one of the last 5.
That's pretty. Which limb? She said which limb? From your elbow down? Would you do that?
Elbow down, elbow down. Like a.
And now you can afford the robot leg.
Like a foot. I mean, either way, a leg.
Foot?
Well, I don't know. Either if you take a leg, a foot's going with it.
Middle of the night, you got to take a piss, but no, hold on, wait. Let me put on this fake foot.
I mean, if you take a hand,
I'd rather lose the hand than a foot.
Oh, you need a hand
because you could do so much with the other one.
That's true too, I guess.
I could drive with one hand and put my stub on the other steering wheel.
True too, I guess. I don't know. I guess so. I guess it would be a hand. I guess, yeah, a hand. Because you're right. I would need my foot.
Yeah.
If I need to run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need my foot. Pinky toe. I was gonna say something like that, but I feel like that's not good enough. Like, if you have to sacrifice something.
Your shoes just won't fit the same either.
That's true too.
You'd have to install something to fill the space on every shoe that you put. There probably is an invention like that, like an insole, but it's for people without pinky toes, so it fills that gap.
That'd be costing you extra money because you'd have to get special shit made. Yeah, you can take the hand, the left one.
Yeah, left.
Not my right. So you can have the left.
You could be Hansel Emmanuel.
Ah, that's right. Where is he? Did he not? I know he didn't get drafted. But I low-key thought maybe he might. Those early days of him, like when he first got on the scene, it was like, oh, this little one-handed nigga is good.
But he was never Division 1, was he?
I don't know. I saw him do some. Now, granted, AAU is AAU, but he's going up against some pretty tough teams. Now, now here's the thing too. I said this when I first saw him play because I really didn't see him play. It was mixtapes, and as I always say with mixtapes, of course I can take your best shit and put it together. Blah blah blah. I need to see him against like a diamond press. Can he break a press? If he's double teamed, what happens? Can he, you've got one hand. You can't switch. So, I mean, I knew he wasn't going to possibly, but those early days where they were first showing him, I thought, oh, well, he might go somewhere.
What is Austin P? I've never heard of that school. Austin P.
Austin P. Let me see. Where's it at? Where's it at?
Where?
Because I type in Austin P and it's giving me powers.
The Austin P Governors.
Austin P in Clarksville. Austin P University.
I guess.
Austin P University. It's in Clarksville, Tennessee.
Let me.
What's his name?
Hansel Emmanuel.
His last name's Emmanuel? Or
his last name is spelled. His first name is Hansel, Hansel. The last name is spelled Enmanuel. Enmanuel. He's from the birthplace of the Dominican Republic. 6'6". Season stats: 2.3 points, 2.5 rebounds, a field goal percentage of 62.
Yeah, he's in Tennessee. You know the story of how he lost that arm?
No.
He was a kid playing outside
Train tracks?
No.
Oh.
He put his arm on this rock and then this big boulder fell on it. That's what I said. I was like, shit, I know that shit. And they had to amputate it, obviously.
At least he knows what it feels like to have it, right? And that's kind of.
He did at one point have one.
Hmm.
I didn't know. I thought he was born without it until I saw the story.
It's rough. That's rough.
It is. But I don't know if he'll probably go like maybe overseas, maybe. You think? No?
I don't know. I'm not paying attention. He averages 2 points.
Oh, I didn't see that. No. I didn't see that. Well, see, that was my thing about even when he was playing AU basketball. It was like, yeah, it's highlights and it's these spectacular windmill dunks and things, but how is he doing in a actual game setting?
He shoots 63%.
Well,
yep.
Good for him.
Tennessee represent. Right Sound says 127 hours. What do you mean? Like we're going long? Well, we're about to go longer. This or that.
The choice is yours. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with.
We got Jordan Peele. We got Keegan-Michael P. Which of these two sketch comedy icons do you select? This or that? Right Sound Studios. You got a problem with going 127 hours? I want to hear your pick. No, in the movie, dude had to cut his arm off.
I think it's a movie, 127 hours. He probably had to cut his arm off in the film.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, thank you.
Yeah, movie from 2010.
This or that, Keegan-Michael Key, Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele has a post-career after acting. I don't think he needs to go in front of the camera one more time. He's going to be doing him. Actually, he's not directing that. He's like the producer of it. Him, he has Get Out, Nope, and Us. What does Keegan-Michael Key have? Nothing. But there's an interesting story that he's related to Dwayne McDuffie because one of them was given up for adoption when they were younger. They're actually half brothers. What's he really been up to? Does he have a podcast? Is he one of those comedians? Maybe he is. But when it comes to comedy, I find that I laugh more with Keegan-Michael Key. I find that he does the Obama impersonation better. He does the angry Obama thing. Jordan Peele's Obama, he has that legendary skit where you shake everyone's hand. I don't know. I'm feeling Key. I'm feeling Peele. If we're including post-movie stuff, then yes, it's undeniable who the winner is. Best Eater says Key is more rangy. Jordan is niche. And you're the only one who chimed in. Darius, Key or Peele?
Keegan. He's funny. He is funny as hell. It's the substitute skit alone.
Aaron.
Yeah, that shit is iconic and funny.
You see the one with they have the hats and they keep buying a new hat, which is more special?
Yes, that one too.
They both did well there.
Funny shit.
They're each acting pretty well, but it's the sketches, it's the comedy things that make things better. Another one coming from Comic Chameleon. Key. Insubordinate and childress. Insubordinate and childress. Key. I'm gonna go with Peele. I think Key has funny stuff, but overall, Jordan Peele is way more impactful. Jordan Peele at the Oscar stage, Jordan Peele with his relationships with Daniel Kaluuya, Kiki Palmer. I gotta give it to the successful Jordan Peele. Split on that one. Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, I like Key. Jordan Peele's funny too, though.
Yeah,
and I guess more successful. Yeah. I think that is after this or that. I think that is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else on the docket for today. Yeah. Okay. It is Tuesday. Yes,
Yeah.
Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. 2 weeks. 2 weeks left of daylight savings. 2 weeks left of the sun setting before 8 or after 8. After this, it'll be setting after 8, and then it'll be getting dark at 5, and that is the worst time of the year. I hate that. I hate when it gets dark at 5. So clock your calendars for that and enjoy the sunlight while you can today. Get out there and have fun. We appreciate everybody hanging out, as always. Appreciate everybody that sent in supers, everybody that engaged in the chat the entire time that you did. Appreciate it very much. As I always say, love this community very, very much. Although you might not think it, Chillmonger is my brother, and I love him very, very much.
I think it. I feel it. I'm not worried.
I'm talking about the chat.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it the other day? Just so y'all can be at ease. The other day, I think after we were on here for like 2 hours behind the scenes.
Oh, after the stream, we were still chatting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not bugged by any of this opinion stuff. Neither with Marcus either, and all anything heated. I don't care, because all you guys know is Chillmonger. You don't know anything about me, and it's like a wall, you know. And that's all I'm really defending is a representative of myself online. I don't take anything personally, thankfully.
For sure. Now, I'm different than Chill. I might take some things personal, but arguing with him.
Darius Deshaun Henderson.
debating with him now. So anyway, we appreciate you guys being here as always, and we're back tomorrow at same time, same place. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend if you have not, to come subscribe, like this video if you have not done so. Check out Marcus over at Back of the Bus. We're live with him on Thursdays. You can check out Blue on his channel. Him and Dre do their show. Is it Mondays? Yesterday, you missed it. Sorry, but you can check it out next Monday, and then you can check out the Dre Mac Show every morning, Monday through Friday as well. She Dreads Me as one. I'm missing someone. Torian has his channel as well. Trying to make sure we get everyone in there. Boom, boom, boom.
The Spoiler Kings, because
Spoiler Kings, yes, Tank was in here. Check them out as well. So make sure you guys are showing love to everybody. And again,
but not new rock stars.
We appreciate you guys being here. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. Have a blessed day. Be safe, and we will see you guys tomorrow morning for another morning report. Peace out.